Don't worry, there's nothing wrong. The brothers Meredith will be back soon. Hang on, hang on, hang on, please. Hang on, hang on, hang on, please. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong. The brothers Meredith will be back soon. Hang on, hang on, hang on, please. Hang on, hang on, hang on, please. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong. The brothers Meredith will be back soon. sorry, there's nothing wrong. The brothers Meredith will be back soon. Hang on, hang on, hang on, please. Hang on, hang on, hang on, please.
How are we? Now, can I hear my own game? Because I hadn't got the right things plugged in when I started. Sam, could you speak? I want to see if the audio is working right. No, it's not working. Why is that not working? I switched it back over from the wrong capture yesterday. And yet still. Oh, it's just decided to ignore my command and switch back, right? And now try again. There we go.
Hello.
Literally, before this I was like, I always do this. I'll make sure I change it over, and it was like, absolutely. I am just going to quietly switch it back, if that's okay. If that's okay. Nobody minds.
I do know best. I am OBS, and I do know best, so
OBS
I'll just
know best.
switch that back for you.
Similarly, I'm guessing in advanced audio properties, I'm going to have to go stop it and start it. Okay. I can see waveform saying, hey. That's what's going on. Is it because it's playing out of the wrong speakers for me? Playback device.
Uh-oh. Rainbow Nerd has rumbled us.
What's happened? What have I done?
We've been rumbled. Rainbow Nerd says, "Hey Tim, I gotta ask, are you psychic? Because this is probably the 4th time that I've been watching YouTube VODs wishing you were alive, and then you started streaming."
Oh, it's a terrible way to get caught out, but
Rumbled.
yes,
Yeah.
this is that is what's happened. I am one of the most prolific mystics in the world, and it's kind of embarrassing to get caught out by what I would describe, and I don't want to offend you as a rank amateur, but I have to.
Tim makes Professor Xavier from the X-Men look like a fairground fortune teller.
Exactly, and I do love, as my favourite pastime, to just take down a peg or two some of the few popular disabled characters in media. That's just some of the things I like to do, because I just think they've had it too good for too long.
What was it? Why did he was in a wheelchair because he got so psychic
His brain
his
was
legs didn't work.
so powerful. I think the idea is that his brain used up all of the energy. I think is the idea. It's also the
Okay.
the you have a physical disability and therefore you must have
Look
some
at the
other
chat,
magical
you cunt.
thing going on.
Gotcha.
Like
Yeah,
the magical black
superpowers.
person problem from the Green Mile. You know, that kind of thing. The
Or
American
the
media magical black person.
from every film.
Yeah, from every single film. Ethan the Alien has said to look at chat, and that's because the dress is done. Daily Show Chica has
The
finished
dress
the
is done.
Oh, very
Excellent. Very good. Very professional.
Nice. You made
Well done.
that. How do people do this?
I don't know. Aaron watches Sewing Bee, which means I get very invested in Sewing Bee, while saying I don't watch Sewing Bee.
I hate sewing.
I hate Sewing Bee.
Sewing
Now
should
let me
be
just
quiet.
sit. Now everyone shut up so I can watch Sewing Bee. And like they're making a jacket or something, and it's just nonsense. It's just a bunch of like random bits of fabric.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of random triangles
It
that are
can't
nothing, and then they
cannot
turn it.
possibly be
Yeah.
working.
It's nothing, and they turn it inside out, and it's a jacket. And I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh,
it's magic.
all right, magic then. Okay, so what appears to be happening is it's playing. Its speakers are Elgato sound capture, which it shouldn't be. Its speakers should be Focusrite. But every time I click on it, it goes, yeah. But what about if I was to refuse to swap over? And I think this might be an issue of the fact I plugged in my
What?
Scarlett 2i2 after I started OBS, and it's got upset with me. But I
Yep.
can't hear my own game. I haven't had this for ages. Sorry, everyone. That's not the right keyboard. Sound settings.
Change your sound settings, mortal.
Focusrite. Do it. No, it's not happening.
Resma says it's like a puzzle where you make your own puzzle parts. Tim, you're good at puzzles. Basically, Tim, make a dress. Tim,
Yeah.
stretch goal for stream.
Just make
Tim
a
makes a dress
All right.
from scratch.
Yeah,
No pattern.
it will accept my input device as my Focusrite. It will not accept my output device as my Focusrite. But I'm listening to you over Discord, so I don't quite understand. I'm going to close Discord because Discord is often the prominent fiend in this. So Sam's going to go away for a second. Professor Shitwig's going to go on sabbatical because we've discovered what he's done.
Don't kill
And then I'm
me.
going to unplug and plug it back in and see if that works. Bear with, stream. He's dead now. He's dead now. Right, okay. Okay, you can hear me again. It will not accept. Can I change it in these settings? Audio. Monitoring. Okay, I can do it manually. Cool. I've done it manually. I've bypassed Windows. He's back.
Hello, Pizza Hut.
Can I get a 12 cheese pizza, please?
Oh yes.
A pizza of 12
It's
cheeses.
3-4 cheese pizzas
Oh, fair enough.
laminated together.
Hey, quick maths as well. Weirdly, restarting Discord has improved your video quality. Don't know why.
Of course it has.
What I've done, Sam, is I've taken Windows out of the equation because I think it was a Windows thing, and now my desktop thinks that my output is one thing, but OBS is being told quite a different story. I have manually routed it. Right, Ethan, my object of permanence, Tim and Sam are gone forever. Gone forever. Bypass. Right, so we're going to be streaming. Well, I'm going to be streaming some News Tower. I don't know if anybody's familiar with this game. It's a little businessy game where you run a newspaper in a tower, and you add floors. I've only got to the point where I've just started doing photographs. It's one of those games that's sort of very simple, and then it gets more and more complicated, and then you're like, oh no, my news business can't make money anymore. So, you know, like the actual news business. It's a very good simulation in that sense.
Kind of fucks everything up.
It kind of fucks it all right up. So, yeah, just going to be doing that, and I hope everyone can have a lovely time. Sam, what are you playing?
I was going to play some Hitman. I'm going to hit some men.
You can hit some guys. You going to bonk some boys?
Yeah. Bonk.
I should also check. I should thank, rather, Obsessed, who resubscribed. They've been subscribed for 40 months, saying hi and celebrating this insane amount of months subscribed even though I need to go back to work. See you in the VOD. Well, Obsessed, I hope you enjoy the technical difficulties. An old throwback.
A classic.
A classic. Rainbow Nerd has asked if you're going to pop some melons.
I will certainly be popping melons, yes.
You're going to pop them mels. And I believe we've thanked everybody who has Ko-fi'd it so far. Ellie Baxter, so I may have bought a Switch 2 yesterday, which is now being dispatched. Oh, exciting. What are the launch titles for the Switch 2 other than Mario Kart, which I know is unfair, but I don't think counts. I just, for some reason, I cannot. Mario Karts are just all the same game. They're just all the same game.
They're pretty similar, aren't they? There's Luigi's colonoscopy adventure.
Okay. Yep. Wario's painstaking anger management therapy sessions, where you just got to talk Wario down.
Yeah. Waluigi's introduction to cryptocurrency.
Buy the dip! He shouts. You know.
It's definitely a rug pull, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, it's a pump and dump situation.
Yeah.
And Waluigi knows that. KTB, I have a Switch 1. Will Switch 2 games work on that? I believe they will. That's right. Come to the Brothers Meredith with all of your tech and gaming news. I believe there will be a quite substantial amount of backwards compatibility between Switch 1 and Switch 2. Also, when you've turned your Switch 2 on, you do have the opportunity, but only the first time you switch it on, unless you factory reset it, to transfer everything from your Switch 1 to your Switch 2. And it'll then just download everything. You can do it manually afterwards, but it's a bit painstaking. But if you just want to copy it over, there's an option when you open the box. If you miss that option, you'd have to factory reset your Switch 2 to try and do it again. Ali Baxter, serious answer for launch titles, just Mario Kart.
Okay.
Just Mario Kart.
I mean,
Okay. Oh, but Ethan says this
That's
is an
okay.
open world Mario Kart.
What?
What you mean, like Burnout Paradise and what's the other one? Horizon thing. Need for Speed Horizon.
Mario.
What's the big?
What?
I've played it. The racy game where you drive around. It's very open world. It's very good.
Burnout Paradise.
Well, no, Burnout Paradise is an older one, but it's a new one. Ben and I played it. Forza? Yeah, Forza
Forza?
Horizon. Forza Horizon.
Oh, Forza.
Right. Forza.
Forza.
Now, I know most people will not care, but for those that do, I'm just going to quickly explain how this game works, so I'm not just sort of clicking around in a way that means nothing to everyone. So, I run a news business. I collect news through these... You're right. These
Illegal
telegraphers.
phone taps.
Through illegal phone tapping through telegraphers. They research stories in the world, and then when they come up, I can click on them and go, okay, here's a story. Here's what the story's about. Here are the journalists I have on staff and their skills, and I can send them out to research those things. They come in, they put their stories in there. They get pneumatic tubed, which I've just unlocked, very exciting, up to typesetters. And then that goes up to the assembly frames, and then when they're finished with it, they're ready to print, and they go into this queue, and they're ready to kind of print on the final day of the week when we go to press, because this is a weekly paper, like no papers actually are, but I think they've done that for game reasons. And then you can add in things like I've now got photographers that I can send out on stories when it's relevant, and they bring their negatives here, and they get processed and developed engraved onto plates, and then they go up and get assembled as well. And at the end of the week, I got a printing thing, and I got all of my stories, and I assemble my newspaper. I've got political leanings, although they've just put it, instead of like left wing and right wing, it's informational and sensational. Is how they've done it. And each week you want to be either, you can kind of unlock things if you're more sensationalist or more informational.
Sure.
And you can kind of like move your political biases around, or at least sort of journalistic biases around, to either unlock things or get punished. Yeah, and that's the broad thing of it. Oh, and yes, Rainbow Nerd has noticed I've called it Naughty Torty News. It's Naughty Torty News.
Nice.
Does anybody know what that's from? Who said Naughty Torty? One of the greatest phrases in comedy.
Spike Milligan.
It wasn't Spike Milligan, but that is close. A very similar person to Spike Milligan.
Kenneth Williams.
No, not Kenneth Williams. No, Sam.
Eric Morecambe.
It was not Eric Morecambe. I'm so sorry.
Am I in the right era?
No, wrong era and wrong gender.
Oh, Molly
That's
Ringwald.
The actress Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
No, Sam, it wasn't.
Don't know.
Quite frankly, I think you need to buck your fucking ideas up. Fox Club Power got it. It's Lou Sanders in Last One Laughing. She gets somebody out by leaning up against them and going, naughty torty, after people are trying to say jokes and do funny things, and she just says nonsense, and it works. It works well, and it worked on me. It's just very unexpected. It's good stuff. Naughty torty. It's just funny. So the other thing with this game is each week you can choose to kind of appeal to certain readers, and kind of like try and gain loyal subscribers around New York State, and they have different things that they want. So I'm trying to fill up all of these different kind of things, like an exclusive statement, a triumphant story, a hopeful story, but also you can get lobbyists that will give you influence points that you can use to buy things. So currently the mayor wants me to print nothing about the economy this week.
Oh, really?
He's doing some economic shenanigans.
Sounds like a good reason to print some stuff about the economy.
Well, I want his influence points because I need to unlock a new printing press. And that is how democracy dies. The other person, the group you start off with that helps you is the Mafia, because you inherit a newspaper that's deeply in debt to the Mafia.
Sure.
And so like it's like print no crime this week, or print a scandalous story about a sports team because they're doing some sports betting stuff. And or you can also do ads. So I'm currently doing an ad for Silkston, soft and warm like a baby. Now, it doesn't actually say what Silkston is, but I'm assuming it sells fake babies because it says Silkston, soft and warm like a baby. So Silkston's fake babies. Almost like a baby.
A baby facsimile, some sort of shitting doll.
Exactly. Criminal Ant, forgive me for being adult and boring, but do you guys have any electrolyte tablet powder drink recommendations? The dehydration is kicking my ass. I do, because Amy has this, and she also has to be really careful about her sugar intake, and so a lot of the sugar-free ones taste like arse, and they're called Zero. Hang on, let me get the box.
Yeah, Aaron uses some, but we've been trying a few of them because the you probably hit the flavor issue. Oh, piss! Just set the alarm off.
They're called.
Does anyone care?
High
Nobody cares.
five. High
High five. Zero
High
sugar,
five,
zero
zero
calorie, maximum hydration. You will
Um,
be hydrated whether you like it or not.
These ones were mango. They're very tasty, and you can get them in boxes of like 8 on Amazon, where you're getting like 8 tubes for 30 quid, which sounds like a lot, but the tubes have like how many tablets in them? 20 tablets. So the boxes last for ages, and also if you buy them 1 tube at a time, they're like 8 quid a tube. So if you buy them in bulk packs, it's much more cheap. They're really good. Overestimated, the game is still in early access. Yeah, it's one of those ones that's been. It's a good game, but I think it's a very small team and they're developing it quite slowly because it's been in early access for ages, and they're just sort of.
Because they're a bunch of work-shy layabouts.
Exactly, that's what I say.
Like all game developers.
I can't stand them. And you know what I would like more of, and people find this controversial. I'd like more truth in game journalism.
I'd like more truth, and I'd like more bigger companies to be making. Like, the bigger the company, the better, because they always have the best intentions and produce the best products.
Yeah. Otherwise, why would they be so big?
Exactly.
I only have, for some reason, I've only put. You can put signs in the rooms, but mostly I'm trying to save space for like. You can put like sound. A lot of it is about trying to make the place comfortable for people. So like controlling the smells and sounds from like the print works and the toilets and the people clacking away in their typewriters. And the development room is a dark room. So I've got one little cubby right at the edge full of air vents because of the stink of the chemicals. And there's no lights in it because obviously it's a dark room. And it just has a sign that just says dark room. Not dark room, just dark room. This is just the dark room where we have a dark room.
Dark room.
For estimate, it's a 4-person studio, Sam. Rainbow Nerd, I usually just get the WHO recommended all solution packages. If that works, the only reason we get those ones is because they are the electrolyte sports drinks. So they're rehydration, but they also contain lots of salts, which maybe they all do, I don't know. Amy needs loads of salt. And they just taste really nice, the mango ones. I had to stop myself from just having them because I don't really need them. And it's a very expensive way to make yourself a squash, but they're delicious. And when I'm hungover, I will have one, and they are spicy good, make feel nice.
Nice.
Okay.
For fuck's sake.
So I think I will do that. Still got lots of time. The journalists often have little things that make them better. So, for example, this journalist, if you put them on the second chain of a story, they make it better. They give it an extra quality star, which increases sales. Right, no economy. Go away, this story. Requires follow. Yes. I'm going to do that. Who should I use? You. Hopefully my photographer will be done.
Art style.
Yeah, it's nice. I like because there's also oh god, there's another game I've played where you build a residential tower. What's it called? Very similar art style, but like little paper cut.
I think I know the one you mean.
It's really fun. It gets very complicated. Actually, although that was one where it's really complicated, and then they hit a point where it's just like I'm just sort of doing the same thing over and over again. You know, and that kind of point you hit in a management game where it's just like just more of this.
Yeah, there's a kind of shallowness that creeps into a lot of those games.
Yeah, which is really difficult because like you just have to keep making it exponentially more complicated. Like at a certain point.
Right. And
they just have to basically develop it ever so slightly beyond the amount of time you have. So you basically never quite hit the edge before you simply have to go and do other things. And so you're always like, oh god, there's more there. There's more there for me to sort out. Whereas in a lot of games... It's all illusions. It's all just Sam. This game could so easily be a spreadsheet, as most games
It could.
kind of could be,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be nearly as engaging.
No.
Firefly
It's
games.
nice to have a fun spreadsheet.
Could just how the gams have gamed. KTB, okay folks, I'm now hearing the stream on my new wireless sport earphones. Let's see if they stay in my ears while I work my gams to this game. Oh yes, it's switched. I'm not gamming. I did. You know what? I did.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay, Sam.
It's someone I wasn't expecting to turn around.
They turned around.
They turned
Happens a lot in
around,
Hitman. You're like, you won't turn around.
Yeah.
He goes, hello. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Hello.
I was like, I'm going to get back into cycling. And I did one lovely morning stream, and then had 2 7:30 starts in a row, and then had a week where I did 20,000 steps a day, and it was like, well, okay, and there we go. I'll do another one. It's a shame. I'd love to do games and gams more regularly, but I just my job has become so physical that I'm like I can't. I'm too tired. I'm physically too tired to cycle.
What are you, Olivia Newton-John over here?
Is that because
Huh?
was that 'cause she dances?
Did the song physical?
So even less sort of more loosely.
Excuse me?
Loosely.
Loosely? Tightly. Like a Lord Matt Carl says, to be fair, life could be a spreadsheet.
Oh,
Yeah,
and you know what? It would be better.
it would.
Because you could just like click over the tab or just delete some cells. Wait, is that murder? Have I just sort of endorsed spreadsheet genocide?
Pick it up.
Thank you,
Go on,
Fox
pick up
Stuff. Shame
this.
on you, Tim.
Yes, pick up the duck, idiot.
Idiot, pick up the duck, you fucking idiot. Your death is imminent because you've picked up the duck.
You shouldn't have picked up that duck, mate.
You fool. That's economy.
I did. Oh, I didn't. Oh my god.
I did. Oh, I didn't. I just enjoyed that as the turnaround. I did. I didn't. I didn't actually.
Picked up the duck, but it was the wrong duck.
Oh, it was the wrong duck.
It was the wrong duck.
Oh, incorrect. Duck. There's a newsstand at the bottom of here, and I understand for the game reasons why it's like that, but it's a newsstand that just opens on Sundays. This is not a viable business. Like, unless you just have this and have no other costs to, like, have a shop
Right.
on a New York street that opens one day a week. I mean, maybe in the
Sure.
1930s, it is still the Great Depression, I think. When did the Great Depression finish?
Was
like mid-20s
Yeah,
to-
mid-30s.
Yeah, mid-20s to mid-30s. Obviously, it's a very amorphous thing. There was no, like, day where it's like, Great Depression declared over. Although, you know what? I'm sure FDR was like, today it's solid, because that was the kind of guy he was. Very effective politician, but loved a good lie.
Oh, I mean, let him have a little lie as a treat,
little
but
lie as a treat.
you can't just lie about everything.
I think he did. He was very much like, I would like things. Most of the time, he's doing something you wanted to happen. Like, I want to create essentially a welfare state, and the way I'm going to do
Sure.
that is by bullying people and lying. And he's like, fair enough.
Did you listen to the second part of the cautionary tale about the Panama Canal?
I did.
It was very good.
Which was again a bit of that was an FDR one, wasn't it? Was it FDR?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just being like, yeah, it's gonna happen now. Why? Because I fucking said so. I'm
And then
goddamn
everyone going,
arm.
this is impossible. And they did do it, which
Yeah.
you could say, well, it's not impossible if you did it. It's like, no, I think it was impossible. I think America just had basically unlimited resources.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was sensible or a good idea.
Yeah. And there was that guy. There was a good thing about a guy walking in and reframing. I'm going to do a précis of this now because I want to talk about it. There was a Frenchman whose name escapes me, who basically came in. He dug
De Lesseps.
de Lesseps. Sounds about right. He dug the Suez Canal, which is
Yeah.
basically shorter and kind of flat, and in a region of the world with basically consistently warm weather and very little rain. And he did it and was like, I completed the impossible. And then he was like, for my follow-up, I'm going to dig the Panama Canal, which is through a larger space, through a mountainous region that has monsoons.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you'll be shocked, it went really badly and he failed and his business collapsed and he died sort of an embarrassed
And
failure.
they, like, when they were running out of money, they sold bonds to the French public, so it's like publicly open. So loads of people put their life savings into this thing, and that money just
a lot of money. And the adverts around it were basically like, look, this is going badly, but it'll really embarrass France if it fails, so it's a patriotic duty to fund this, because otherwise it'll look shit for France. And people were like, well, of course. Yes.
Of course I will. I'll do my civic duty, and they got basically fucked over by their own government.
Which has never happened since. Like, they saw that and were like, never again. And then the Americans took over years later and kind of like picked up the operation from where the French left it off. And it was still as much of a fucking pain in the ass as it was before. But rather than approaching it as this is an incredibly simplified version, but rather than approaching it as a canal digging exercise, the guy that came in basically went, well, this is about moving soil. This is a logistics problem to do with soil. Like, digging is digging.
Yeah.
We can get you cranes. But what this is, it's you need the soil to fuck off really quickly and efficiently. And so basically they stopped everything and built a gigantic railway system with, like, carts that tipped rather than ones you had to dig at. All that shit. So basically just approached it as how do I get soil into a train and off a train as quickly as possible? And that kind of solved the problem. Obviously, a lot of other stuff happened, but yeah, just an interesting thing about
It's really interesting.
changing the way you look at problems. And that's why when somebody says, Tim, we need to kind of rebuild the lighting system in this room to achieve a certain effect, I'm like, let's think of this like soil. We're trying to move soil from here. So I think I've understood the lesson from this, which is think of everything as a logistics problem revolving around soil. I think.
And where you're going to put it, how you're going to get it to where it needs to be. I mean, they do it when they build motorways or anything where you need to move soil around, is working out what's the smallest distance that you can move that soil, because you might take it out of somewhere and need to put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And if you can do the maths correctly, you can reduce your logistical costs, but
Exactly.
you have to not
It's very
fuck
difficult.
that up.
And also, often it's like, well, what do we want to do with it? Well, there's about 3 people who have equal claim on this project, and they all want to do different things. It's like, well, there you go. Well, we can't make this decision now. There's breaking news. Do I have enough journalists and the right kinds of journalists? I think I might. Right, what's the longest one? He's the slow guy. But I've got more. It's okay. How long will it take? 1 day and an hour. 18 hours, yeah.
Do you guys think a Nicaragua canal would have been easier? I have no idea.
I'd need to look at a map. I don't know, I thought the Panama was that not the narrowest point?
Right, let's have a look.
I also imagine there was a bit of political expediency over like the influence they had over the government of Panama.
Well,
Time to get the
they
land.
mentioned it on Cautionary Tales that mysteriously the Panama split from Colombia just before the Americans took over that project.
Backed by America?
Who know? I'm sure it was
Say.
just a coincidence. I don't know. I mean, because you could go in Nicaragua. There's a lake.
Panama is a country because of the canal.
Cocabolca
Martin's here.
So,
Just build railways. Need to change the lights. Railway.
railway.
Yeah, I imagine there is like you could have done it there, but they couldn't get the land. / there was a war. / it might be like because I know the Panama one was chosen not maybe in the most rigorous fashion. It sounds like the project was basically people who believed in this man because of who he was, as opposed to like rigorous engineering work. And the people who were rigorous engineers were like, this probably won't work, and they were like, shut up, you.
Shut up. Yes, it will, idiot.
Actually, I've had to think about it, and what about shutting up for you? So I don't have an illustrator currently. But I'm hoping that I can still publish it without that. I don't think those things are needed to publish the story, they just make it better. Firefly, sadly, Tim and Sam know more about American history than most Americans.
Well, it's fascinating.
Why did you do that, mate?
Why did you do that?
You absolute Oh. Yep. Yep. This week's hot topic is entertainment. Hello, Barrett. Ask Martin is enjoying the history lesson. Rainbow Nerd, you're talking about the canal reminding me of how they are building the underground metros in Mumbai. Is that very much it's happening and shut up?
Yeah.
I don't know much about Indian politics, but what I do know about it makes it sound like the kind of politics where it's like, I've built a golden statue. Why? Because fuck you. Now for the 40-year court proceedings to take place.
Yeah. Also, with the decision to have it in Panama, especially for the Americans, was it just because it had already been started by the French?
I think that, yeah, because they'd already built a chunk of it, and like all the
it might
railway
not have actually
infrastructure
been
there.
a good idea.
No, they're like, but it's easier to use a pre-built, non-efficient location than start afresh in a more efficient location.
Yeah, then you'd have to start. Yeah, exactly. You'd have to start from scratch with everything.
Lord McCart, RKO used to be one of the big stations in the 30s. Yes, RKO Radio. What did RKO become? I'm assuming they got like bought up into ABC or CBS or NBC or one of those.
No idea. No idea.
Why don't you know, Sam? Why don't you know more about this?
I know everything about everything. I just don't know that.
But he don't know that.
Right. Discord is telling me it says your camera is producing a low frame rate. I'm like, okay, and what would you like me to do about that? You're in charge of the camera.
Like, I know the camera is capable of a higher frame rate.
Yeah. So
this feels like a huge
who's
problem.
to blame? Yeah. Where is the supplier? In the most
How much
inconvenient
paper
place
do I
possible.
have?
Superb.
200. I need way more paper than that. I need loads more paper. I am worried that I'm gently backing myself into a financially unstable position. Like, my newspaper is making a lot of money, but my costs, Sam. My
costs.
Firefly, Tim, RKO Pictures and RKO Radio are still RKO. Are they still just their own thing? Rainbow Node, yet sure is. Mumbai floods every rain season. We're literally just a swamp with concrete on it. Like Washington, D.C. in 2 ways. That's right. That's right.
Oh, satire.
Yeah, that's right. But I don't want to drain the strump. Just strump? No.
The strump.
And I've lost, and unfortunately I've lost privileges because I said drain the strump. It's a shame. Hi, Les Kiwi. Firefly, has RKO Pictures consistently been independent, or is it a subsidiary of something, or did it get bought into something and then became independent again? Because I cannot believe RKO Pictures remained independent this whole time.
Like
I refuse to believe this.
One of those times when somebody buys the name to something, like it's got nothing to do with the original company.
Is it Polaroid? No, Technicolor. So Technicolor.
Atari definitely had that.
Well, they got bought,
as well, is it?
Yeah, because Technicolor now sells like Bluetooth speakers and things like that, and Technicolor was like one of the big film processing houses and like revolutionized how they did color in film. And then somebody was like, hey, guess what? That industry doesn't exist anymore. And Technicolor were like, well, how about we go completely out of business? And then Technicolor Digital, so like Technicolor's CGI division is still a thing, but like its original processing brand got sold off, and now like somebody sells Bluetooth speakers that are fine and say they're Technicolor. Ask Martin in the style of Extreme Home Makeover. Drain that strong. Lumcat, Panama was also the cause of the big scam idiocy that was the Darien Venture. I don't know the Darien Venture. Is that like the oh god, what was that big scam? The South Sea? Was it the South China Sea? It was basically one where it's like, we're gonna go to an island and get some minerals and it's all gonna be great. Like a real classic 18th century, look, there's an unfilled bit of the map and there's stuff there, we promise. Scandal. What was that called? Somebody in chat will know. It's a scandal or scam or incident. I can't remember what it was. I listened to a thing on it.
Big old scandal. Oh, it's a big old scandal we got here.
Not West India, not East India. It was is it the South Oh, I can't bloody remember. That's so annoying. People shout
Shout out your favourite
Ponzi
scam,
schemes and
favourite
scams.
historical Ponzi scheme.
You know what? It was definitely a one on Cautionary Tales, because I think they talked about like Tulip Mania as well and things like that, like bubbles and scams and things. Firefly Tim, Arcade Pictures is controlled by Warner Brothers, but not. Hang on, how could it be controlled by Warner Brothers but not owned by them? As in, are they like the majority shareholder? I don't know. The stage and radio divisions are and always have been independent. Well, fair enough to them. Lord McCall, Daring Venture was when half of Scotland ended up investing in setting up a colony in Panama in the turn of the 17th to 18th century. Incredible. Did it work?
And it worked great, and everyone had a good time.
Because it was great and everybody loved it? Is that what... Oh, Sam, I'm worried. I'm sorry, Sam, I'm worried it went badly.
I think it might have gone bad.
Their movie catalogue is distributed by Warner Brothers. Oh, fair enough. It's time to roll the presses, Sam.
Roll 'em.
Except I've actually got the rest of today, so I can finish off these stories. Let's see which ones will get finished in time. You? No, you're not going to be finished in time, which is a shame. You won't get finished in time. I didn't do enough entertainment reporting. Do you know what? I've got a fair amount. Actually, Sam, I've got a fair amount, so why don't you chill out?
You've got a fair amount.
Oh, a fair amount.
That's just...
And pheromones. Endwich Cat Posse, I'm playing News Tower.
Not Nudes Stour.
Not Nudes Tower. Not Nudes Tower. I'm currently not playing because it's in a break in it, but the music is really nice as well. Like smooth jazz.
Smooth as jazz. Did anyone care about that? No, they didn't. Excellent.
Are you looking at your Twitter posts? Because Sam needed to be taken down a peg or two, is what I'm saying.
I don't like this peg.
He said it too good for
It's
two.
a bad peg.
Oh, it's a bad peg, guys. Oh, come on. Oh, will it? It mispressed by 23 minutes. Bastards. Right, so I want to be ever so slightly sensational this week, because then I can train somebody to be a dirt digger.
Woman gives birth to alligator.
Exactly.
Alligator gives birth to woman.
God, can you imagine? The modern world. Immediately on next 24 with the news. Note this reporter is assigned. It cannot be undone. Ooh, cool. I do want that, but that's next week. Right, so I just want to go one, because I don't want to move all of my readers over to sensationalism, because generally I try to stay on informational, because, you know, I'm a good boy. So I want to move one right.
Tim's virtue signaling.
Sorry, guys, I'm virtue singling, if you wouldn't mind. So I'm going to put this one here, because it's the hot story, and it's sensationalist, and it's got photograph. So I want to put my other ones. Actually, maybe. Because if that goes left, then that goes right again. Put an ad here.
Lazy QB says, so do you just run a newspaper? Yeah,
I just run a newspaper. Now it's my
That's the long
full-time job now.
short,
Sorry, guys. I run a newspaper now. Right, so what else have I got? Oh no, that's old news. Well, you know what? I'll see how it does. That's old news. Quite literally, there's a function called old news. 4th Academy Awards. Better. No, I want that one. I want that one. You can't stop me, Sam.
wanting. I'm invested in this newspaper.
What, Naughty Torty News?
Yeah, I've been.
Sam, if you invest in this newspaper, then why didn't I see you at the shareholders meeting, and why am I not getting checks cut by you? These are my questions.
I'm a silent partner.
It's not what that means. I would still get money.
Oh, I'm a bad partner.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Right. Ooh, I wasn't paying attention. Did I accidentally publish some economy stuff? I should have been paying attention. Hopefully I didn't. Oh, I wasn't paying attention, Sam. Oh, good. I accidentally got that right.
Just fell into success. Excellent.
I've always operated. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Lots of entertainment adverts. Not too. Okay, that was a more financially reasonable month. I know, right, Lazy Kiwi? The jazzy music is great. So, I can unlock illustrators soon as well, but what I'm going to do is I need to save up, because the way I make more money is by printing more pages, because I can fit more in, and I need 32 influence points. I need to save up and buy module page 4, because if I add more complexity without adding more capacity, I'm going to go bankrupt. Right. So, no crime this week, or... Ooh, for 10 influence points, I need to plant 2 lies in the media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that because I need the influence points. I never said I was a nice newspaper baron. Okay, right, let's get the ads rolling. Ooh. Oh, fuck, illustrators. Okay, still a valuable advert. It'd be much more valuable with an illustrator. Damn you. Damn you to hell. Right, do I have a tired man I can send on training? Scandals. Scandals comes up with politics, sports. I think I'll make my political reporter better at scandals. You've already got 2 things. Who's good at politics? Maybe I do it sports then. Oh no, my sports and politics person is the same person. Fuck. Alright. Or if anyone else who at least has both of them. You do. Your train will be replaced with new loss. Okay, no. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. You. You do sports and politics. Not very well, but you do them. Ruth. Oh. Oh, it's a trained trait. It's the trained trait.
It's going badly. It's going badly too.
It's going badly, Sam.
It's going very badly.
Sam, could I give you a piece of advice?
Yeah,
Do better?
I'd love to.
I'd love to, but I simply can't.
It's just simply going very, very badly.
Okay, so... Let's go.
Yes! Pissed it up.
You piss it right up.
Pissed it right up.
He's pissed it right up. Right,
Got
sports
into a
and
firefight with all the king's men and all the king's horses. Didn't work
Right. So all of these things are fine, but I can do them at any time. What I need to do is plow through stories so I can get to the lies and mayoral news sections. Is what I need to do, Sam.
Love when you fail a mission in Hitman and Diana goes, that could have ended very badly. It did.
It did.
Diana.
I'm
lost.
dead.
I got shot.
You bastard.
That was terrible. I hated it. I hate getting shot, Diana. We've been through this.
I really dislike getting shot. Like, it's awful.
It's Saturday Simtan. That's right. That's what it is.
My bum's going to sleep. They're heartbroken.
I'm playing Hitman 3, World of Assassination. Doing badly. Oh, have my mods deactivated? Oh. Is that why I'm doing so badly? Because I haven't got...
Because I'm not cheating.
Because I'm not cheating. It's actually not the reason, but it's certainly not helping.
The employee is... my employee is stuck in the toilet. My employee is stuck in the toilet. Okay, they're out the toilet now. It's fine. The toilet broke whilst they were in there.
And you get stuck in the toilet. I hate this game.
I'd like to widen my tower, Sam. Is that so wrong?
That's the thing about towers.
I'd like to...
It's
The
just-
Whitehall Hotel
they
and the
kinda-
Brooklyn Trust Company to fuck off.
You're going to buy the adjoining properties.
I don't know.
Expand.
I don't know if, like, because you can keep going up. Like, I can buy more floors. I just haven't got much money right now because it's like 15 grand. And you can clearly go quite a long way up. But the problem is, the tower's quite narrow. I need bathrooms on ideally every floor. And
Every floor for bathrooms?
well,
Make
yeah.
them walk.
Well, no, but
Make
if they're
'em walk.
walking, but the thing is, Sam, if they're walking, they're not doing the jobs, and it's all about getting the news done in the time, which is hence the tubes. They make it a lot quicker. So if everyone's walking up and down the stairs or going up and down the lift to get to the toilets, it wastes time. So I'd like to buy a second lift, but if I buy a second lift, then I've taken up 2 columns on a quite narrow tower. I want a wider tower. So no penguins, you get to be
Wider
my listeners.
that tower.
Give it girth! Girth up that bad boy. I have to bribe. It's going to be costly, but I need the lies. I need the lies. I'd like you to do it. Put down your things. Stop carrying something. Red? Right. No, I do this. I'm like, oh, but this story is good. And it's like, if you fail the mayor thing, you won't get the points that you need, and the mayor won't let you do stuff for ages. I'd like to buy the hotel next door. I would end it,
Yeah.
But I click on it. Nothing.
Write a story about how that hotel is full of cockroaches.
Yes.
Drug dealers.
Drug dealing cockroaches.
Yep. About business. That teacher.
You idiots. Firefly, not to open this can of worms, but I usually enjoy the British term for things except toilet. It's just a rough word. Restroom is so much more delicate. I tend to call them bathrooms. And then people are like, it doesn't have a bath in it. And it's like, yeah, or a poopy palace. Yeah, I don't tend to be like, I'm going to the toilet. It's like, I'm going to the bathroom. I know it doesn't contain a bath. But, you know. Or I sometimes call it, Sam, because I'm pathetic. I sometimes call it the smallest room.
I do that as well.
Say I'm going to the smallest room.
That's kind of the smallest room. Yep. Yeah. It's good.
Cool. We're a pair of cool guys.
Cool guys.
Image Capitalism, not going to the loo or going to the bogs. Yeah, loo is okay. Firefly says Poopy Palace. Image
Yeah, Poopy
Capitalism
Palace.
suggests shit rooms. Ask Martin says Whizzer is my favourite. Court Jester, the shitter. I'll call it the shitter when I'm trying to be coarse.
Yeah. I say, I'm just gonna go and splash my boots.
Oh no.
That's what I say.
Oh, that's grim.
The John. Yeah, that's a good one.
Does anyone call it the
No,
Jonathan?
Court Jester. That's horrible.
Court Jester, what's Court Jester suggest? Gonna drop the kids off at the pool. Yeah. What about I'm gonna go tempt the alligators? Like, it sort of doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense, but
There's alligators just waiting around the U-bend, just
Yeah,
going
to
like,
eat
"I
your
wanna bite that
balls."
dick off so bad.
gotta put it off. In the same way, is it what is it? Tipping the bishop, which I believe is a wank. Is it a wank or a whiz? I don't know. What's tipping the bishop? Sam, can you Google tipping the bishop, please?
I don't really want to, actually.
Sorry,
you
Sam.
know?
If you want to continue
Comes-
on with stream, I'd just like you to fulfil the contractual duty
nah.
of tipping the bishop. Are you done?
nah.
You done with the stream? You done
I'm
with being
done,
on the
yeah.
stream? Real shame. I'd love to have kept you on, but
Right,
you know,
well,
I'd have loved to have
what you
kept you on
gonna
in
do?
this purely voluntary role that you wasted your time on unaccountably.
what are you going to do, eh?
What are you gonna do, eh? It's been nice, but I'm not googling.
Choking the chicken? Choking the bishop?
Yeah.
Don't choke the bishop.
No, it's not choking. Is it choking the bishop?
I don't.
'Cause
I've
I get
never
the-
heard
I get
choking
it-
the bi- choking the chicken, certainly.
Because the bishop makes sense because of the implication that the bell end looks like a bishop's hat.
Yeah. And shows the how much respect Britain has for its clergy as well.
Maybe it's an anti-Catholic thing.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
the kind of mad thing we would do. Ah, great! The story does both. It's got lies. It's a male story. It works. You and I'm going to say you. Cool, great. And that's running on Wednesday, so that should be fine. So I can now do whatever I want. Lovely. I'm going to do this one because it's got a photograph. Annie Fisher, crime reporter extraordinaire. And then Elaine Fitzgerald, political reporter of no renown.
Extremely forgettable political reporter.
Very mid. Very mid. Hello, Meals. Don't think I've said hello, Meals. Hello, Meals. Rainbow Nerd, is wanking not allowed according to Christianity? Yeah, quite explicitly, I believe. I
Well,
don't like it.
but isn't that just one like the onanism story is like
It's like spilling your seed upon the ground without creating children and improving God's army. It's that kind of idea of like,
yeah,
as if people are like, oh, I could have sex with someone,
or
but
you
instead,
just whack it real good.
yeah. Because the implication is like, well, it's either this or that. It's like, it's not
It's not usually how it works.
not usually how it works. I'm sure they would have loved to have had sex with someone, but unfortunately, the option is not open to them currently.
So they're gonna have to
So they're gonna have to tip that bishop.
whack it. Yeah.
Right, I don't have a legal expert. I'm gonna wait for Douglas Sherman to come back, because even if he gets lawsuits, at least it'll be fast.
What religion is pro wank? None of the big ones, I don't think.
The Wagatarians?
Wankitarians, yeah.
They're like Unitarians, but sexier.
The wristitarians.
Oh, lots of lawsuits, 5 lawsuits. Okay, well that's why you hire a lawyer.
Hinduism.
Hinduism loves it. Is Hinduism JO friendly? Rainbow Nerd, expand. Yes, exactly, Rainbow Nerd. Lawsuits for the lawyer. Let them deal with the lawsuits because we did some bad stuff. Actually, we didn't necessarily do some bad stuff. We just got sued.
Cool. Oh.
If I close the line of... Because I can't do any more on that, so if I close the line of communication, it doesn't get rid of the story, does it? I think it does. I hope so. I hope not, rather. Producing illustrations. Yes, I know I can't produce illustrations. Yes, I need to do the graphic workshop, but I'm not going to do that yet. Because I need to save up for the other printing press. These people. Rainbow Nerd, it's not explicitly calling it a sin. There's also some art steps, people masturbating in some temples. Okay, so it's like, it's not like pro, but it's just like, okay. The Bank. I think we are definitely in the recession, in the Great Recession. In the Great Depression, because the Bank of the United States just collapsed. The bank's just collapsed.
That seems like a big deal.
That seems like an issue. Ooh, and I'm not going to be able to do it because I've only got 3 economics reporters, and I don't have enough time.
Oh, it's serious when the
15.
the place that decides what money is doesn't have any money.
Yeah. Well, it's not the Federal Reserve, which I believe is what would...
Oh, okay.
Because there's no Bank of America. There is a Bank of America, but it's not in the same way that the Bank of England.
It's not a nationalised bank. It's just a bank. Yeah.
But then in the same way that the Bank of England isn't a nationalised bank, because you can't bank with the Bank of England. The Bank of England is the government's bank in the same way that the Federal Reserve is. They're like, I don't think the system's exactly the same, but it's sort of like they control the printing of money. And because the Fed decides interest rates, which is I believe the Federal Reserve, and the Bank of England does the same thing. And they're semi-autonomous, which is to say autonomous right up until someone's really cross and wants to bully them into doing something. Then they're hopefully independent. Endrich Cat Bottom was identifying a Christian cult that was pro-wank, but it turns out they were also pro some other stuff.
Yes. Aren't they so often pro other stuff?
I'm really sad I can't do the big story. Although I haven't really got any other economic stories other than one, so it would have hardly benefited me. So my newspaper is not going to report on the fact that the Bank of America just collapsed.
Okay.
Just
not going to talk about that.
Just no downers, That's the idea.
Okay. No, that's fine. That seems very reasonable.
Although I've just noticed I've only got stories that are gonna that are not scandalous. What's the word? Sensational.
Front page news. Headline news.
Fine.
Local cat looks like he has a little moustache.
It's good stuff.
Asking the tough questions. How did he get so cute?
What's going on with his little button nose? More 11.
Is he a handsome little boy? Yes.
Yes.
More after this.
KTB, gams have been gamed. I was going to do some yoga, but maybe I'll save that for later.
Made my train stations for dropping off iron ore very far away from everything else.
I'm taking that you've stopped playing Hitman.
Yeah, I got sick of Hitman because it kind of bullshitted me with some bullshit.
It is annoying when something happens. You're like, well, I guess maybe nothing matters then. Hey?
Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess we're all just dust floating through a careless, hate-filled universe, aren't we? Yeah.
At that point, you need to stop playing Hitman.
Yeah.
Martin just thought it important to say to us, might be tricky to pick up the Bible of a pro-rank religion. The pages will be all stuck together, so that's
haha, nice. I'm playing Factorio now. I'm building my factory to build more factory.
You've got to build a factory to build more factories. Why can't I get my sales guy on this?
work shy.
Yeah, he's
Ne'er do
workshop.
well.
He's pathetic, and he's worthy of, I think, infinite scorn isn't too much to say. Infinite scorn. New. It's infinite scorn. Am I going to be able to get that through the processor in time? I'm not sure, Sam.
Don't know. Just cut some corners. I'm sure that'll be fine.
It's fine to cut some corners when it comes to journalism.
Last Mike says, I really like Space Factorio DLC. Yeah, it is good. It is good. I'm sort of, I've got a space platform, but I haven't really done much with it yet. I'm sort of got it to make space science. And now I'm like, just building train tracks like I always do in Factorio. It's just building
Sam,
them.
have you returned to the mean?
Yeah. Just little train tracks.
Just like little train tracks. Is that so wrong? Is that
Just
so
let me
wrong,
build
Sam?
little trains.
Let him build his little train. Chief, let him play.
Let them
Coach.
play.
That's what I meant to say.
Coach.
I meant to say coach. Firefly 10 days until Date Everything is released. And will we date everything? I like to think so. Okay, that's fine. 21 hours. Right, I'm gonna rush to the end. Why would you give me a story now? I can't research it. I can't do anything about it. Maybe, I suppose I can get people started on them for next week.
What's it called when a train is just waiting? What's it? Depot.
Idling? Oh,
That's not what it's called when the train's waiting. That's just
No.
where they wait.
yeah. So, I didn't get the question wrong so much as the question itself was improperly posed, I think is what we've...
Tim, what's a household pet that has 4 legs and pointy ears and eats cat food?
Jonathan? My house guest Jonathan? Or no,
Incorrect.
is it cat?
The question was actually, what's a household pet that has 2 little long front teeth and stuffs his little cheeks with seeds?
Again, sounds like Jonathan to me, if I'm
It's
honest.
Jonathan. Yeah, you're right, actually.
It's
No, you're
Jonathan.
right. It's Jonathan.
That's weird. You wouldn't have thought it was, but yeah. Strange. Strange that.
You're like, John, I'm gonna do eggs for breakfast. I'm gonna do scrambled eggs on toast for breakfast. And he's like, oh great, that sounds really nice. That really woke me up. And then he just stuffs it all into his cheeks.
Into his little
He
cheek.
just sits at the dinner table, not chewing or swallowing.
And it's a problem. It's a problem.
It's a problem.
I might need to make my paper accidentally very right wing this week because I only did sensational stories. I accidentally just only did sensationalism stories. Like nothing was informative this week.
Oh wow! Martin says, I still remember the first time I went up to my rich uncle's loft and it was filled with miniature train track. Maybe we all have the instinct to build trains. That sounds magical, Martin.
That's good.
Firefly asks, Tim, if Trexel and David 7 were household objects, what would they be and why would Trexel be a B-Day?
Okay, I don't feel like this question was asked in all good.
No? You don't feel like it was asked in good faith?
No, I don't think this is a good faith question. I think this is one of the many right-wing attacks against me and Trexel and I, that just show that democracy is broken. And
The only way to save it
disgusted.
is to do even less democracy.
You've got to do less. There's too much of it. It's messy.
It's very messy.
All over the place. Oh no. That.
71 Penguins gifted a sub to Andrew Time. They've gifted 86 gift subs. That is extraordinarily generous.
Lot of gift subs.
Thank you, 71 Penguins.
Thank you, everyone, penguins.
Did all the penguins chip in individually?
Yeah. They're sort of like a subscription plan. I've accidentally put one right-wing story in. Oh, it's you. Because it nudges person to the right. So if I do that one there and swap them, and it doesn't make actually any difference to the sales of the paper, that's good. But that one is also in a position. Everything pushes everyone to the right. For fuck's sake. Right, so I need to.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Tim, that's what I need to do. What did you say?
What needs to do? I'm sorry. I apologise.
Gods.
I should do better.
I'm gonna make a template for a little depot, and I'm
Ooh,
gonna
little
have
depot plate.
built into each depot a reloading, a refueling station. Yes.
Yes, good, yes.
Good. Yes.
Okay, right. Done those. I've got a hopeful story. But it ain't
Fuel.
ready. Okay, roll the presses. Parrot without a captain, a hot dog machine that burns the buns and keeps the sausage frozen. Is this again what we're calling Trexel?
Yeah, I think you. So the question is, hang on, start again.
Back it up, Sam.
Trexel and David Seven were household objects. What would they be? So we got the answer for Trexel is obviously B-Day. What about David Seven?
I don't know. I think it's obviously B-Day. It's obviously.
Tim's pushing back on the B-Day.
Obviously. Like, I'm not saying that it couldn't be. I'm just not a big fan of the obviously.
Sure.
Just because it undermines me.
Yeah.
agenda.
No, absolutely.
KTB, for reasons I don't fathom, Ruthie Cat hates the sounds of bells. Anytime there's a bell sound, she starts and runs off. 7 Penguins Day would be a Swiss Army knife. What would I think then? You know, Tim, if you're so angry about this, what do you think?
Answer the question.
Answer the question. I think Trexel. I think Trexel would be the fish slice in the drawer that you never ever use and constantly does that thing where it springs up and jams the drawer.
Oh, sure.
And every
yeah,
time you take it out and go, I should either move it or throw it away. I don't use a fish slice. Why did you use a spatula? Or like, you could probably get away with a fork. I don't need a fish slice. And then you put it back in the drawer in the orientation where it'll like, get jammed again, and then you repeat the process the next day.
For the rest of your
For
life.
the rest of your natural life. Right, no politics this week. No politics, Sam. You know how I feel about politics.
You love it.
Right, so sports and economy for Tim. Sports, economy and society. Ooh, prestige, senior satisfaction. This shows how satisfied employees with a prestige environment. For everything else is in good condition, this acts as a final bonus on the performance of this employee. Don't worry if you can't max this out right away. Seniors are okay with not having a prestigious environment. They just will keep working the way they used to. Okay. Prestige view. What do you mean my toilets aren't prestigious?
Because there's no B-Day.
It's true.
How many?
Bidets.
How many B-Days? What's the stack size for rocket fuel?
It's a big question.
Stack size is 20. Okay.
little. Rainbow Note, speaking of Stella Firm, is the music album gone for everyone on Spotify too? I checked a couple of days back, but I couldn't find the songs. So Spotify, I was informed of this the other day, this is happening for loads of people, has done a tremendous crackdown on copyrighted content on their platform. And by that I mean they just banned a load of shit incomprehensibly, and like the publishers who created the content are having their stuff banned for copyright fraud reasons. And you then have to manually go back through and go, no, I own this, it's mine, and it's on my site, so I should be able to. Yeah, it's a big problem. Yeah. All that stuff will still be on YouTube though, so don't worry.
So they're just going to ban everything in the hope that they.
Any publisher that isn't signed up with their big automated platform where it's like, hey, tell us what you own for a fee,
to be fraud
and we'll make sure. But basically, anything else is like, if it's anywhere else, we will go, oh well, it's there and you've copied it here, so it's fraud. Even if it's like you've got it on your website and you've got it on Spotify, and they go, oh well, somebody owns this, so it's fraud. It's I imagine it's one of those things where they're being asked to deal with copyright problems, which is fair enough, and they're also using it as an opportunity to be like, well, if you were to sign up with a business account with Spotify Gold Premium, as Firefly says, probably some AI bullshit.
Probably.
I can get prestige points over here, but I can't spend any prestige points right now, Sam. You know this.
Okay.
I need to save up.
How about just a couple?
No, Sam. No.
Just one, like.
No.
Tim.
No, Sam. I can't have this conversation with you again.
But Tim.
What is it, Sam? Please.
Think about the children.
I hate the children.
Okay, it's a new subject then. All right, we won't talk about prestige points. Tim, you ever thought about spending some prestige points right now?
Oh, it's a good. Hang on a second. Hang on a blooming second.
Yeah, I almost got him.
Yeah. The fall of Tammany Hall. No politics this week, Sam. Get rid. No politics, all sport. Rainbow Nerd, my bubble tea is here. Hooray for bubble tea. I've never had bubble tea, actually. No, you know what I did? I had it once as a child. I didn't know what it was, and it upset me. Because nobody was like, here's some things.
This tea's got bubbles in it, mummy.
You know what? It was a milkshake. And then there was like, all of a sudden, there was chunks in it, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is unacceptable.
That's really funny. I don't know if I've had bubble tea. I feel like it doesn't sound very appealing.
Yeah, and you've had what we describe as sort of a very sheltered life, Sam. So obviously there's lots of, experiences that pass you by.
I just find bubbles a bit scary,
They are scary.
They're scary, really.
They are scary. Right, I also need to be as informational as possible this week. No scandals. Oh, do the ads.
Is that everything?
Is that everything, Sam?
Is it everything? I think so.
Ooh. Map coordinator. Yeah. Oh. No. Okay, not you then. Oh, that'd be a good combo because he's methodical, so it takes longer to complete the story but adds quality stars. And if he was also somebody who immediately unlocked the next story file, then that combo would mean actually it was better and shorter. I'm going to do that.
Great.
Fox or Pal,
Count it
old man Tim moment, old man Sam moment.
What?
When were we old men?
Old
When were we
man
old men?
Sam.
Said I've never had tapioca balls
Oh.
in my drinks.
Tapioca.
More like Pappy Toka, am I right? Kids these days with their
We
drugs
couldn't
and
get
dancehall
that
music.
during rationing.
Back when I was young, they rationed out oxygen. Only
We
one
made
puff a day.
tapioca out of whale bones.
Did. We liked it too.
Just for cruelty reasons, you understand?
We didn't need to. It was so unnecessary. Ah, but the flavors.
Flavors.
Oh, the flavors.
Why is that wonky?
Yeah, why is that wonky, Sam? Is it because your left-leaning principles have once again clouded your judgment?
I think I might just be too woke to get these train tracks.
Did you
lined up.
go woke and therefore go broke?
and
is my
immediately go
question.
broke? Yeah,
Just
I did.
immediately went broke.
Do you remember when that, like, was it a coffee, like coffee maker brand pulled their advertising from Fox, and so loads of MAGA chuds went out and bought the coffee machine and then smashed it?
They love to do that.
It's like, yeah, but you did.
You just
you,
help-
you
you just
did
gave them money.
buy the coffee machine. They still got that money. Spends the same. You,
And I don't think many people are in a shop going to buy a coffee maker and they go, no, this coffee maker's too woke.
no.
I'm concerned about the wokeness of the coffee. Ah. I chose poorly because I don't have an illustrator. Tim, when will you learn? The answer is never. More on this story at 11. Tim will never learn.
Never.
I refuse. I've been given so many opportunities to learn, but I won't do it. Because I'm too... I hate to say this.
Yeah.
Too sexy to learn?
I know.
Does that make sense?
Too sexy to learn.
Too sexy to learn.
Doctor, this man.
Just too sexy to learn.
I tried to tell him about his symptoms, but he couldn't understand me because he's too sexy.
His ears were too full of being sexy.
I'm glad you called me in for this consult. I needed some eye candy.
My prognosis is damn. I'm paying off my debt, Sam, because I'm a good citizen.
Are you making? You're turning a profit now, are you? Or are you just
Yes.
trying to reduce your outgoings?
Well, yeah, I was paying interest on that loan, but I now have enough money to pay it off and still kind
What?
of comfortably operate.
What you could do? Here's a good idea that usually works out: is
Okay.
get into a
Illustrators
load of
again.
debt,
Yes.
huge amount
I like
of
it
debt,
so
and then
far.
take out more loans to pay off that debt,
Sure.
and
And then
just continue.
and then it just sort of keeps
that.
happening, and unaccountably you don't go to prison.
Yeah.
But it
Well, if you
only
get
works
rich enough.
if you've got loads of money, because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
God, we should put you in prison, but you've got loads of money, so eventually some of it might fall out into my pocket.
Yeah. You must be morally good because of all this wealth that you've accrued illegally.
I know I am. Wait, I mean, no. No great wealth. Ask Spartan, nobody wants a tea bath. Bubbles should stay in their lane. Firefly says, Sam feels the opposite of sheltered. Exposed? Is that the opposite of sheltered?
Yeah, I'm too exposed.
Yeah. Put it away, Sam.
Well,
That's
I
what
have been to
always say.
Berlin, if you know what I mean.
No, Sam, I
If you know what I
genuinely, I
mean.
genuinely don't know what you mean.
It's just kind of a wild town, really. I didn't really do anything that wild, but
No.
it is a wild place.
I was there whilst people, you know, snorted ketamine off each other's
I have
testicles.
had a fully nude woman painted from head to toe in gold paint feed me cheese on crackers.
Okay.
Now,
And then you went to
didn't.
Berlin. Am I right?
I didn't hate the experience. That wasn't in Berlin, actually.
Oh,
That was
okay.
in Elephant Castle.
The most sexual of all of
The
London's suburbs.
sexiest place.
What'd that trunk do? Elephant and Castle. So, was this at an event or a private hire situation?
It was an event. It was at the like masquerade ball that they used to put on at the what was that old theatre that was in Elephant Castle? What's it called?
I don't know, Sam. I don't go to such lewd gatherings as you clearly do.
No, not the Southwark Playhouse. That's an actual theatre.
Is it the Southwark Come Playhouse?
Closed. The Coronets. That was it. So it's just like a really run-down theatre on the New Kent Road.
Did it smell of stuff?
Yeah, it was pretty stinky.
Falcon Cloud, did you go into the Berghain? I've never been and have no desire to go, but it's a big deal to people.
It is. No, I didn't, because I definitely wouldn't have got in, and I don't like being rejected from things. So,
And Firefly
I
says
didn't go. My
Berghain is mid.
girlfriend at the time did. Yeah, it seems like it would be.
Because like it's I don't know what people like as things that are exclusive, but whenever I think about it, it's like what can it possibly? It'll be big rooms with music and people dancing. Okay, cool, fine. Some people
Yeah.
love that. I
Yeah.
don't like clubs. So, is it a club?
It's going to be
Because if it's a
very
club,
little for you there.
I don't think it's for me.
No. If you like clubbing, it's probably
Great.
fine.
Right, I think I might be able to do this because 5 hours, 53 minutes, and you're available now. So, 20 hours. Yeah, that should work. Oh, you can already do it. Right, basically when you stop carrying something. Shall get you to do it. And Fish is going to be great for crime. I don't want to use up her time. Oh,
Precious
hang on.
crime time.
16 hours left. Oh, choices. But you're so much better at it. Put down your items. Put down your items, for fuck's sake. Am I about to fuck myself? Oh, 13 hours. Right, okay. Hopefully that wasn't a terrible mistake. But who can say?
If you beefed it, if you absolutely chunked it.
I don't know yet. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I've neither beefed nor chunked it. What I'm probably going to... No, I can't make it a priority store. Does it matter? Does making it a priority store to make it more... Make it more so?
Buffy says, I'm a pub person. Put me at a bar. Give me a pint. Let me be. Yep.
Leave me be.
Look at the chat, you cunt.
Oh, Monkey Balls has redeemed. Look at the chat. What is it, Monkey Balls?
What's up, Monkey Balls? How can we help you? You want some gamer tips?
Emil DK said, more slop content for the paper. Throughout the researchers, we need more clicks. Oh, Monkey Balls is a first-time chatter. Hello and welcome.
Welcome aboard.
I hope you enjoyed clicking the button that shouts at me. Remember, use the button wisely and with caution. Because I will stop everything and look. And you followed as well. That's lovely. Thank you. Emil, I'm a pup person. Put me in the backyard. Give me a pup. Let me be. I'd love a dog. I'd love a backyard. Monkey Balls. Okay, bye. Okay.
See you
Turn
later.
up, followed. Hit the button that says "Look at the chat." You can't. Left. I'm glad you could join even momentarily.
I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah. And that's how we keep the viewers, Sam.
Yeah. My environmental crimes are catching up with me.
Finally. I've been hoping they would for years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid. I need more left stories. Meals likes music, but they can feel the bass in their bones. No politics this week. Oh, bloody hell, that's a political story, isn't it? My biggest story has politics in it. Fuck. That It's going to be a shit paper this week, but it will
It's going to be
give
3
me
stories
6
about
influence points.
the local church fete and the cakes that they had there.
Sam, do you want to hear something really, like, profound?
Always.
Local church fate or fate of local church? That's right, I've reframed the story,
You decide.
and now it's more impactful.
What's going to happen to the local church?
Enrich Capers made a really nice cucumber peach margarita yesterday with a hint of with a tahine rim.
Oh yeah.
Seven Penguins, go
Okay.
against the grain, put politics in your paper. I need the male's influence. Enrich Capers, it was maybe too sweet for old Negroni too. I love a sweet cocktail. Oh, don't think I don't like the sweet nectar. No politics. You. This is politics as well, Tim. Why have you done this? I've done so many political stories. I mean, I'll publish them next week. They'll be old news, so they won't be as impactful, but I can still use them. I just feel, I don't concentrate. Is the problem, Sam? Sports is this
Accidentally
week's
put
hot topic.
politics in.
Accidentally, all the time.
What's the matter, buddy? The matter, bud? What can I do? He just wants to scream.
He just wants to scream. He must scream. He has a voice and he must scream. And what does he scream? That's right. Bork, bork.
Bork, bork. Bork, bork. Fuel.
Why is my lawyer wearing a barrister's wig? They're the
'Cause he's
lawyer.
a barrister.
No, but they're a lawyer at a newspaper. Why are they wearing a full barrister's
Yeah.
wig?
You don't need
Because
to wear the wig to work.
barristers-
right? Just
Are an English thing. They don't wear wigs in the US court system. So
it's just a UK game studio.
I don't know. It's certainly set in New York. It's very set in New York.
Oh yes. Aaron was watching the dramatization of the Lockerbie bombing thing on the BBC.
To cheer themselves up.
Yeah. It was very good. It was, it was
Bleak but good.
interesting and everything. But they did so. Yeah, bleak but good. So they did the trial in the Netherlands because there was no way there was going to be like a fair,
Yeah.
trial in Scotland. Yeah. But it was Scottish judges, so I'm not sure what having it in the Netherlands, what difference that made. Anyway, they did do that. And where was I going with this?
Is it that they were
But
wearing
they
wigs?
had, so they were all wearing their wigs because it was a Scottish trial, but in the Netherlands. So it was very weird. I'm used to seeing it. Sort of makes more sense when you see it in like old British buildings.
Yeah. Whereas like
And less so.
Anatomy of a Fall. Like
Yes.
that shows the kind of like Norwegian court system, and it's just so very weirdly different, and so much more just like a big argument.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. Emile DK, isn't this game a little false? Didn't newspapers start out as mouthpieces for rich twats? I'm just gonna point up to this little hat up here. I'm currently not printing any politics to get favours from the mayor. I believe
So,
the game is fully integrated with the concept of newspapers not necessarily being in the perfect bastions of truth. Who was the main guy? He invented the quote unquote yellow press journalism. He is the person
The
who
Citizen
Kane
Kane
is
guy.
based off of.
Yeah.
Newspaper baron.
Big boy Muck.
KTB, it's
Mucky boy.
fashion. What's his blooming name? No, not Pulitzer.
Pulitzer.
No, not Pulitzer. Not Louis B. Mayer. That's the film guy. Oh, he's got one of those names. He owned loads of big newspapers. He was the richest man in the world for a time. Well, he's the richest man in America. Owned like the New York Post, I think. Hearst. William Randolph Hearst. Yes, exactly. KTB. W.R. Hearst. Ruhr Hearst.
Yeah, all the tabloids in the UK are owned by just the same
Yeah.
people.
Murdoch.
Rupert Murdoch.
Ruby Merds.
Hold Murder Murdoch.
Whoa, Emil, extra, oil brothers, brothers involved in oil spill. How dare you? I was only partially invested in that concern. And
That bird was already covered in oil,
That bird approached me and asked me to be covered in oil.
so apology accepted.
Jazz. Sam, I wish you could hear this jazz.
Is it good?
It's lovely. It's good jazz. They're good jazz, Trent. Okay. Right. I think that'll broadly work. I haven't got any politics that I need to worry about. Well, I do, but I can ignore it. Got my ads sorted. Can't wait to build a whole new floor just for illustration and photographs. Fun. Towards the end of the day, then. See what's finished. Last chance to print. Okay, right. So Sam, I'm not printing any politics. I'm not printing any politics. So don't print any politics. Okay.
I believe you.
Okay. And I'm not going to forget whilst futzing around with these and accidentally print some politics like an idiot. It's not going to happen.
It's definitely not going to happen.
No. So just chill out.
What if you had a story that was just about the mayor, like corruption at City Hall?
That's interesting. Maybe Sam.
It's not really political though, is it? It's not. It's more like current. It's like
Current
local
affairs.
interest.
Yeah, it's current affairs. Current political affairs. You know?
Yeah, maybe maybe a little bit political. but
Just a
not-
little political. Or just a little bit political.
Just a little bit of politics.
Like the one I'd really like to print because it's so good, so much money, but it would piss off the mayor and I need the points. So instead, I'm going to put a large ad, which actually, to be fair, also earns me loads of money. So
Okay.
maybe it's fine.
I used to read the.
You can't read. Come on.
I know I basically can. Okay, I know. I've got a rough. I get the gist of it. I used to read Sound on Sound, which is like music technology magazine. And the letters page, somebody complained about all the ads in there once, and they were like, "Your magazine is like £5. How come it's got ads in it?" And they were like, "Do you have any idea
How expensive it is to
how much it
print
costs?"
a magazine.
Like it was a pretty like thick magazine. Once a month, like all new articles, and then it had like a directory at the back of all the ratings of like previous equipment and things, so you could look them up and tell you what issue it was and stuff. And they were like, "Yeah, if we didn't print ads, this it would be like hundreds of pounds per copy." So
So you just want to shut the
be
fuck up,
thankful.
maybe.
Yeah.
And we've cancelled your subscription, specifically Richard, and they print his name and his address. Fuck up out. Tim, how about some politics? I will.
That's actually an interesting idea, Foxglove. What about, Tim? Just a story about like kickbacks in
Yes.
in some
What about
recent,
there was this planning council meeting that I think got leaned on by a local council person, and I just want a little story,
just a little one.
Neil
Just a
DK.
little one.
Extra. The brothers Meredith arrested for Louisiana Beach measure of skirt hem scandal. Now, to be fair, I did do that. I walk around the beaches of Louisiana and start going like, too much ankle, you're going to hell, and then I call the police. And by call the police, I just get a big megaphone and yell, "Police!
Police, come quick!"
I saw a calf!" Andrew Catposm, extra. The brothers Meredith spotted in Brighton just existing. Yes, 70 penguins. The newspaper is called Naughty Torty News. What do you want from
that's
me?
all we have to. That's all you can do these days, isn't it? Just existing, just going about your normal bloody. Can't even do that these days.
Can't do that
can you,
without being
days?
harassed by the woke media. I tried to buy a Snickers the other day, and you know what happened? I handed
to
over
jail.
my money. They gave me a Snickers, and I ate it.
Yeah.
And I mean, what does that tell you?
I mean, what does it tell you? What does that tell you?
What does that tell you? We don't
Tells
need
you
to
everything
answer
you
the
need to know.
question, but we can pose it.
Extra, extra. Brother Meredith swapped with other white man.
It's hard to tell, really.
Not men. Just man. Just
Just white
one guy replaced us both.
Oh no, it's fair. Pokemon did say brother Meredith, not brothers
Oh,
Meredith.
that's true. Right.
So
one of them,
grammatically, they've got
yes.
you over a fucking barrel.
I'm fucked. So I'd like to take this time. I'm going to spend some more time with my family
Yeah.
and take this time to reconnect with my faith and my community.
If you were a pig, would you be spending more time with your family? Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, loads of seven mobsters are going to turn up, Sam. 7 mobsters are going to turn up. Sam, I have an issue.
Why is-
7 mobsters are angry at me, and they're going to turn up on my newspaper. I don't know why they're so angry at me, but 7
Why
mobsters are on the way.
specifically 7 though?
I don't know, because mobsters are coming, and then it does sort of like a random chooser, and it was 7. 7 mobsters are on the way. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of a brouhaha, it would seem. Right. How many more do I need? Only 2 more. 2 more influence points. Okay. So I need to print 2 statements
at the
and
chat,
no
you
propaganda.
cunt.
Oh, Enrich Cat Possum, look at the chat. Enrich Cat Possum, extra extra, brothers Merediths in USB scandal. Right, I can do that. I'll print no propaganda. Okay, so what am I gonna? Where am I want to get to?
Enrich Cat Possum says extra, extra. Brothers Meredith in USP scandal.
I already said that, Sam.
Extra, extra. Tim already said that.
You know what, Sam? I said that and you laughed. You know what that tells me? That you laughed automatically because you weren't listening.
I mean, it does. It certainly implies there's a real.
Which I have
heavy
never done because
implication.
I was reading something and don't want to just leave you complete silence. Just somebody says something, you just go.
No, you didn't read it. You sound insane right now, Tim. First of all, you
Sorry,
didn't
yeah, I
read it.
do. I said it. I'm sorry. Right, car full of mobsters is hit, and I blame Sam.
Okay.
Oh, there's so many mobsters. Mobsters. Okay, I might just very briefly, just for one moment, hire a load of security guards and then fire them in a bit, because I don't want the costs generally, but and that's the kind of horrid business practice you can expect from the brothers Meredith. Oh, I haven't got enough room. There's no room for them. You know what? I can get rid of this. I can get rid of the storage cabinet for a moment. Couple of security booths. Couple of security guards. You're fast. Good. And you're smell tolerant. Get another one that's- And cheap. There we go. Lovely stuff. Right. Okay. Well, my current security guard is doing a very good job so far.
What does a security guard at a newspaper do? Just keep out.
When
mobsters
mobsters
and
turn up, they physically
rabble
kick them
rousers.
off the screen.
Is that a good idea for the security guard?
Yeah, like if
No.
somebody turns up to
His family.
the security. Oh, I mean, no, for the security guard, it's an incredibly dangerous job, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know, man. Okay. Well, there we are. That worked well. Fended them off. You know what? I'll keep the security guards for 1 week. If they don't make that much of an impact on my budget, then they can keep their jobs. Because I'm a nice guy.
It's generally not one of those departments that's considered to be a huge revenue booster. Security.
No.
Generally.
Why can he not? I think I may need a second sales desk. Because I'm confused as to why he can't be involved in this one. Oh, it's an Illustrator thing. It's an Illustrator thing. It's always an Illustrator thing, Sam. Always, because it requires an illustration. I don't have it, and I just can't read.
Oh.
Which is
tried
ironic when it's about
reading.
illustration. Right, so no propaganda, which I don't believe I really have any of in the pipeline, which is good. Just hear screaming in the background because everyone's still frightened by the fact there were mobsters here.
AB says Tim, hire a damned illustrator.
I need to buy another printing press thing first, and then when I do another printing press, then I will get an illustrator. But I can't. They're so expensive, and I need more newspaper space before I do that. But I will be able to get one, assuming I don't accidentally print some propaganda and do print 2 of these statement stories. Oh, which means I need to focus on politics and crime.
I've got a non-politics story that you can print that I wrote, but don't read it first. It's not. It's called "The Mayor is a Little Piss Pig."
Sorry, Sam.
It's not about
I just want to know. Because it doesn't matter about politics this time.
Yeah.
But that does sound like it might be propaganda, because that's not based on any sort of facts. That's just you sort of
Well, it's
insulting
not.
the mayor.
It's not propaganda. It's just I just want to artificially influence
Yeah.
like public opinion about something. So it's not really propaganda.
No,
as such.
you just want to push the public in a certain direction
yeah
based on
that
things
benefits me and my
Yes.
employers. Yeah,
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's not propaganda. Sorry, I got confused.
so that's fine. Yeah.
I'd like to apologise to you.
Apology accepted.
Okay, that is a statement, but it's got propaganda, so that doesn't work. Annie Fisher, take things out of your hands. Enrich Cat Possum's got sleepy. Night night.
Night. Have a good sleepy.
Emil DK, we just need to workshop the title, Sam. Yeah. Because
Okay.
I think you've gone quite straightforward.
Sure. I think it could be more literary and more like poetic.
A piss boy
Little Mr.
haunts the halls of power. We tell you
Oh,
who.
nice. Yeah. 10 reasons the mayor is a little piss boy.
Pissing in
and
the
a piss
wind.
baby.
And then it's about the
The
New
mayor
York,
story.
and it's about the Chicago mayor. Is Chicago the windy city?
Or is that Seattle?
Americans. Because if it's pissing in
Americans.
the wind and it's about the mayor of Chicago, that is clever.
Yeah. That's pretty
I
good.
mean, maybe too oblique for your average newspaper reader. I think they're like, oh, I suppose yeah, that works, but it's not. You kind of have to know where you're going with it. But
Yeah.
yes. Meals, it's sort of gander. It's not propaganda. It's sort of gander.
Sort of gander.
No. No, it's not a statement. I need my researchers to be better. Yeah, Chicago is the winter city. Meal DK, extra, extra. A little piss boy walks the halls of power. Read all about it. See, that works.
Hmm.
And you know what? You could just heavily imply it to the mayor without ever actually saying it to the mayor to avoid lawsuits.
Yep.
Not a statement. Need a statement. I'm going to run out of stories at this rate. And then I'm going to be a real pickle. Although I've got,
Gonna be a
you know,
real
I've got a
nasty
load of
pickle.
shit I can print. It's just, it's all old news, so it'll be less effective.
Just
Okay,
a
that's a
weeks
lie.
old story about a scandal.
Okay, so it's a propaganda and a lie, which I suppose, well, not all propaganda is lies, because propaganda might be like you only report one side of a story, which isn't lying.
Sure.
So, I can't
Yeah, it
print
doesn't-
any propaganda.
Automatically mean it's a lie.
But it's on the road.
It's probably not best friends with the truth.
Fox Up Out. God, it's incredible how many hours of piss talk I've endured due to being subscribed to this channel. Okay, well, I will do this one.
Oh, speaking of which,
What's he gonna come back with? Oh, speaking of which, all the piss talk. Speaking of which, and then he walks off. God, what's it gonna be? It's exciting. Perfect Up Out. I'm afraid. Sam, we can't talk about piss. You say speaking of which, and then you just get up and leave. Everyone's on tenterhooks. What's he got?
I can and I will. This is my brand new
Oh, yes.
watch. My watch display thingy.
Lovingly engraved with the word piss.
Piss.
Because you are, and I can't stress this enough, an adult man.
I am an adult. I have a collection of nice watches.
Lily Rose, what is this?
So this is it with my watches on it.
Oh dear.
You see.
Lily Rose, is stream still happening tomorrow? Yes, it is. Oh, look at his collection of watches. Isn't he a fancy
The
cunt?
watches. And it says piss. Because I'm a grown up.
Lazy Kiwi, did I miss something? Not really. There's no
There's
like,
no-
next layer.
No, there's just that's it. It's just a nice object with
you've
something
ruined.
stupid written on it that I've ruined. Yeah. So
It's one of what we call Sam's ruined things, you know?
Sam's ruined objects.
Sam's ruined
yes.
items. Because Sam can't emotionally handle having something nice. What he's
I
done.
just can't. I'm just incapable of doing anything like properly.
Yeah. Or well. Properly or
yeah.
well.
Properly well, with consistency and care. You know.
Oh. Little piss boy. You have become the piss boy. Can't believe this. I trusted you, Sam. You became the piss boy on me.
You made a mistake.
Okay, right. I've only got 4 more stories to find. And... like, I can't complete these tasks if they don't give me the statement stories.
Sure.
That's not one. I mean, I'm going to
mean, what you're
research
saying
it because I
makes
just need
sense.
something. No, you know what? I'm doubling down. There's only 3 more stories to find, and it is Wednesday. So I will be doing all 3 of them. And if one of them doesn't contain a statement, I'm in real fucking trouble. Well, I'll do that one. You can go by plane, because I love you. Right, last one. If it doesn't contain a statement, I don't know how this game expected me to do this. Meals, piss boy becomes a piss man. Meals, a perfectly respectable adult purchase, very nice.
Thank you.
No, there weren't two. No, you know what? There were two statements, but one of the statements also contained some propaganda, which you needed to include. So there was no way to complete this one. Great.
Brilliant.
Thanks, game. You
Is it
fuck.
all procedurally generated?
It must be. It just didn't line up well enough. And you know what? I suppose sometimes you're like, yeah, I will do that, but there wasn't the news. There simply wasn't the news. So I don't know why. Well, but now I could have invented it, but then it would be propaganda. Oh gosh, I'm stuck in a world of pain. Right, which means that it's just 50% off reporting time, but add sloppy reporting. I don't want that. I don't want that. No, that's bad. All completed. Right, we're just gonna have to rush through the rest of the week then, because there's no point. There's nothing else to do. Maybe I need to expand my telegraphing strength.
Your empire of lies.
Yeah, I need to expand my Empire of Lies. I'm hoping I will still get a couple of influence points. Because I've got enough stuff for Tompkinsville, and that will give me influence points. That's really annoying. And it does mean that there's loads of stuff I could have researched that would have been great. But
Yeah. You fucked it, didn't you?
fucked it.
You fucked us both.
I'm sorry, Sam. I'm sorry.
You.
But
This
I do it.
newspaper is going
Do it again
to
in an
hell.
instant. An instant, I tell
How am
you.
I supposed to cover up my various financial crimes if you're not going to print the stories that I want you to print?
Great question.
Eh?
And the answer is burn in hell.
Propaganda. Yeah.
Have a propaganda at that.
Have a propaganda at this, eh?
So. Have I got a crime? I'm gonna be you there. Crime, adventurous, or alarming? Yes, I am.
Did you-
Hmm?
Did you read Emil DK's message?
So you're expanding your Empire of Life sound like something my girlfriend would say to me trying to... like, oh, you look wonderful. So you're trying to expand your Empire of Lies, are you? That'd be a very dramatic relationship. Like, oh shit, okay. Fuck. Darling, it's been a wonderful evening, but how about we go and try and expand our Empire of Lies, if you know what I mean? Alright.
I'm sick of your lies.
I know within that, and you'll never guess, she was expanding her Empire of Lies. In
Hey.
front of everyone.
Only with a bloody postman.
Unacceptable. Okay. Well, it's not the best newspaper in the world, but it'll do. Vinyl scandal. But I got record sales, so.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I tried. I tried the mayor.
Can I put an ad in your paper?
What does the ad say?
It says, this newspaper will poison your children.
Yeah, for £8 grand.
Full page spread. Like double centerfold.
A double, triple centerfold.
Centerfold. Like white text on black.
Yeah.
And it just
Like
says,
you're
"This
you're
newspaper."
publishing a very public apology.
Yeah.
Right. So, guess what I can now afford?
Some
Page 4. No, never that. The page 4 printer. So I'm going to save because this is an important moment. I pissed off him, so I can earn extra money by printing No Crime and printing Matthew stories. I'll give it a go. Where do I want to go this week? This week, Jim. I want to go to hell.
Do you ever play chess? You a chessman?
No. No, I find it very difficult.
Hmm.
Why?
I was just wondering. I've tried several times and I've just never got any better.
No, I know the rules, but then I'm playing it and I go, oh yeah, fuck that up. And
Yeah,
there we go,
fuck
and I've
that.
lost.
Well,
There you go.
and don't lose. Right.
I don't like it anymore.
Yeah. Just never got like better at it, you know.
I'm being sued by the mayor. The mayor is suing me. Oh God. What hell have I rolled? Okay, so I think we should add another floor, and I should move my printing press up there so there's more room. I need to leave room for the elevator. Why doesn't that work? Why doesn't that work? Why are you not allowing that? Oh, because of the wall fan. Can I just not have you? And elevator. Oh, not you. Okay. Now I need to move this stuff over to the end. And pop in. Production. No. Where is it gone? Utility. Where's my... Oh, printing is its own thing. It's its own thing, Sam.
Its own individual thing. Emil says, I'm just assuming that's a name there. Emil, DK, I don't know. I'm going to call you Emil. When I play chess, I always do a fucked up move and spend the rest of the game frantically playing defense, and then I end up winning because my opponent gets too bold. It's the opposite of poker face, panic face.
Panic face. Panic face. Panic face.
Just sit and you get dealt your hand in poker and you're just sitting there going, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh shit.
And then you win.
And then you put your cards down and burst into tears and you win and you're like, what? I won. I didn't know it.
I'm also sad.
I don't understand the rules.
Okay, so I just bought a generator.
Yeah.
But currently, I can't order coal, which feels like an issue.
It does feel like an issue, doesn't it?
So I'm just gonna let this problem run, and we'll find out.
You can put other stuff in there. Can you put in lies?
Reporters, old reporters that don't work well anymore. Pop them in.
Neil says that's kind of how uni has felt. Yeah. Just a panic sort of running in place. Might do some illustration.
Fucking work for once. Oh, okay.
Some fucking work. Some portrait practice.
Yeah, seems nice. I meant that to sound sincere, but even as I said it, it sounded...
Sounds
okay.
nice, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
sounds
You
nice.
fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds
You'd
great.
love that, wouldn't you?
Why don't you do that?
Piece of shit.
Why are you such a piece of shit? I hope you enjoy your artistic endeavour. You fuck.
So I just opened up an old sketchbook that I haven't opened in ages.
Yeah.
And this
Really
was on the
pissed.
page that I opened. Right, where is it? Oh my god, this image. No,
Not that.
that.
Okay, not that.
Where is it? I lost it now.
God, you're really fucking this up, aren't you, Sam?
I fucked I fucked it. Oh shit, I
Oh,
fucked
shit.
it. Oh fuck, I
Yeah,
shitted it up. It's Garfield.
That's a good Garfield. Hang on, let me make
knob
it
out.
bigger. Let me. Little.
And tentacle arms, but I haven't coloured in the
So
shirt.
Sam, I suppose my question is, what the fuck is that all about? I suppose is my question. Like, I don't dislike it, but what's it all about?
Tell
Sam?
you.
Yeah.
Could not
Okay.
tell you. There
Well,
you
there
go.
Things we've learned about Sam. When
Yeah.
given a half a chance,
He'll draw a
Garfield.
dick out
His
Garfield.
dick out.
Yep.
Dick out Garth. Right. Heat countering. Okay, we've already done that. And just a fuckload of air vents, I suppose. What else is one to do? Just gonna air vent my way out of the problem. Oh, I'm now no longer really doing a useful thing. I thought I was doing a useful thing, but I wasn't. Sam, I thought I was being useful, but I was being rubbish.
Did you fuck it up?
I fucked it right up. Oh no, that was still doing something. Okay. Right, and now it's also noisy in there. The answer which is always acoustic panels. Which doesn't make an awful lot of sense. Like acoustic panels will improve the noise, but it doesn't get rid of the noise. Like you can
No.
fill a room with acoustic panels, but if there's a generator still in there, still. Although I suppose the perception of noise is hugely inflated by reflections.
It is. You could still feel it rumbling, probably.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but you couldn't
It's
hear it
unlike-
say
yeah.
like bumbling. You could hear it rumbling,
rumbling, but not bumbling.
but it wouldn't be rumble bumble, you know?
No, definitely not. That'd be
Stupid. Why are you so stupid? Idiots. Idiots.
idiot.
Okay. Right, I've got no paper. I've ordered the paper. So done that. Right, so no crime this week. And if I print mathy things, I get money. I've just noted I have $54 left. So that will be-
54?
Yeah, $54.
How are you going to pay your payroll?
Well, they do profits this week and payroll out.
Okay. Emil says, why have you besmirched Garfield with a micro penis? I don't know.
I mean, was it micro? It was. I just can't remember. Was it just relative to his size? I don't know.
Yeah,
How
it was-
big
it
should
was close.
Garfield's penis be?
How? Yeah.
These are the big questions we ask.
How big of a hog should Garfield have? Do you think? Chat. How big's the hog? Raid from Robotron.
Oh, hello. We were just asking
We're
the
waiting
big
to find
questions.
ourselves. Yeah, we were asking the big questions. How big?
Yeah.
Is Garfield's knob.
welcome, people. From I suppose it is relatively in line, but we were just. Sam drew Garfield with a micro penis, and we were just debating whether or not it was a micro penis or just a penis relative in size to a cat.
Do cats have big knobs? I don't
I don't know.
think so.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't feel like they do.
In the same way that I never think of dogs having testicles, and yet they do. It's just most dogs are neutered in this country.
Yep.
And so when I do see a dog with testicles, it's like, oh my god, what's going on? Just testicles. Court Justice called him Chodefield. Kitten shouted Garfield micro penis. And Soggy Bottom says bigger than John's. So there we go. There we go.
They have
do
barbed
have
penis.
they do.
Oh yes,
They
they
do.
do have barbed.
As do
penises,
I.
Upsettingly.
It's tricky stuff.
Yep. It's upsetting for everyone.
Just everyone, but especially Sam. Because I make him
Yeah.
look at it every week.
Just, I
Every
don't
week.
wanna see your
I know.
spiky knob.
Weirdly, I don't want you to see it, but it's a compulsion.
I just have to show everyone my
Just-
spiky little fingers. Thank you.
Now we pan over to the viewership button and watch the. Oh no.
Oh
John Robertson's often made some good choices in life, and unfortunately, raiding the Meredith Brothers stream was not one of them.
I mean,
I
not
hope you
every
had a lovely
choice is going to
stream.
be a winner, is it?
Soggy Button, wow, this game sounds super chill. It is, in contrast to the conversation. Over to you. Hello, what's up, and how long stream? Not sure. We're just having a lovely chill time.
Mm.
Yes, good, yes. My plans are all coming together. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of coal.
Rodents.
What's gonna happen when I
Some
run out?
rodents can put a grown man to shame. Huh.
Oh, as in like relative.
On the basketball court.
Yeah. In the political arena, you just try and debate a well-prepared rat, and you just see.
Yep.
You just see.
You see. Try and
Four
Try and
influence
call a
points.
rat's reputation into it, and the rat's like, I live in a sewer and I'm still cleaner than you.
And you're like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Kittens, you're perfectly unhinged and it's wonderful. SpongeBob, this conversation should make the news. Yeah. Yeah. The rag pages.
I think so.
The pages of rags.
Yeah.
Meals, they are distressingly large. Meal says, rat balls are freaky, they're distressingly large. Lily Rose, and I'm assuming just sort of
Oh,
nodding
yeah,
stoically. They really are. It's bad.
They really do have
It's
giant
bad.
nuts, don't they? Yeah.
Just like those clowns in Congress, am I right?
Am I right?
What am I trying to say? You know what? I'm going to keep this story for Steve Jackson because he's got a sharp pen.
Which
I'm
means-
always doing that. Did you ask me
He's
what that
good at-
means?
Yeah, what does that mean?
So it's a trait of
He's
his,
good
and
at-
so when he's doing reviews, which this would be, it adds a quality star.
I
Something
see.
you wouldn't know anything about.
I know all about quality stars.
Name some.
I know all about them. I've seen whenever I get a review, there's the 4 empty stars and then the 1 quality star, which means it's
The one that really
you know,
matters.
they're really important. The 4 empty ones are like potential, you know, it shows potential.
What are these people doing up here? Hoover signs the Economy Act. And as I remember from my history lessons, this works perfectly and stops the Great Depression and doesn't create tent cities that are deemed Hoovervilles. So that's good.
Tim, Congress has 0 balls. If that had even half a ball, the US wouldn't be a proto-fascist republic right now.
Satire!
Yeah. Got 'em.
Satire! Got
They
him.
do. If the
Marjorie Taylor Greene's
Democratic
not getting
Party,
back up after that one.
They're so pathetic. The
Yeah.
Democrats just like, oh well, there's nothing we could have done. You could have done anything, though.
Could have been anything.
Anything?
I mean, practically at the moment they can't do anything because they don't have control of any body of government, and yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal, and I can't make the economy the hot story of the week because Steve Jackson, who I put on a story, isn't here, and so I can't. These people.
Was he on holiday or something?
No, he's researching another story that I told him to research, and then when he comes back, I'm going to put on this different story, but there's a time limit on it. It's very complicated, Sam. You wouldn't understand. It's a journalism thing.
I just simply don't understand.
Lily Rose, let's go to the zoo. I only woke up 38 minutes ago. Fair enough. Come on, Steve. Go on, Steve Jackson. Put down your case, Steve Jackson. Steve Jackson, put down your case.
Pick up your pen.
Pick up your pen, Steve Jackson. Stevie J. There we go. What do you mean, no?
Kingston.
Oh my
Sit
god, he
down,
can't
it
even
says.
fucking do it. After all that, he can't do it, Sam. He can't do it. He can't fucking do it, can he?
He's forgotten how to write sentences.
It's because it's an illustrator, Sam. Fuck's sake. Fuck it. So annoyed at myself. There's a pencil right there. It says requires illustrator. It says requires
Yeah.
illustrator. And what did I do?
You didn't get an illustrator, did you?
Yeah, I haven't got one yet. I can't afford it yet. None of this was necessary. So it's all right. Everybody's fine.
He said in a tone suggesting
Everybody was
that was not the
fine.
case.
Ah, now I can order coal. Except I've run out of money. I can get a loan for coal. I can get a loan for coal. I'm gonna get a $2,000 loan and buy a load of coal. That's the kind of guy I am.
There's an episode of It's Always Sunny where they tried to
I don't know,
get a
Sam.
loan
Was
to buy
there?
petrol.
Sorry.
What? I don't know.
I'm still angry. I'm still angry.
Are
Sorry.
there?
Sorry, Sam. I'm still angry. That
They tried to
was
get-
unreasonable.
They were saying if we'll buy all the price of petrol's going up, so we'll buy all the petrol and then, basically profiteer off the rising price of petrol. And the bank, funnily enough, didn't want to give them
A loan to buy
hundreds
petrol.
of thousands of dollars to buy just petrol.
Just lose petrol.
Danny says it's 15:38 p.m. and I just woke up with a pounding headache. What a treat to have a stream going on. Hello,
What a
Danny.
treat.
How you doing? What a little treat.
Just realised something.
What's that?
There's
Apples?
There's apples. There's apples. Is what I just realised. There's Mafia adverts. I should have been researching, and I forgot about the adverts because I was worried about coal.
Sure. Classic. Downfall of most newspapers.
Just too worried about coal.
It's just always talking about coal. Every story.
What's new this week in coal?
Coal? Is it clean? Yes.
Yeah,
We've been told to say.
we've decided. Yes, actually. Oh, that was good timing. I just ran out of coal just as the coal landed, and now I've ordered coal. Now I'm filling up my generator with coal. This is what the news business is all about, right? Filling a generator with coal.
Yeah, getting coal, acquiring coal.
And you put all, I don't know about you, but you put your coal generator on floor first, second, third, fourth, fifth, on the fifth floor? Coal generator on
yeah.
the fifth floor?
You want it halfway up the building at least.
Yeah,
Definitely not in the basement.
because you want to just have it ready there just in case of a fire. Just to really get out of hand. KTB, I think zoo noise needs, but yes, it does. It does. You can request a zoo. Everyone can request a zoo. I've not money-gated zoo, but if you want to hear the zoo song, it's unfortunately a thing you have to pay bits for. Mostly because that's how the plugin worked, because you can't natively do it on fucking...
Of course you can't. Got a story here from Lazy
Oh,
Kiwi.
go
Shall I
ahead.
read it out?
Go ahead.
Right. Idiot customer story from a work colleague. So at his old job, a guy came in needing a brush. What brush did you need? I don't know. Sweeping brush, paintbrush, scrubbing brush, wire brush. Went with the sweeping brush and brought a handle for it. Got to paying and the customer just went, hang on, this won't fit in my paint tin. Dude got kicked out for wasting about 20 minutes looking for the wrong brush. What the fuck?
What? Sorry,
So
what?
he came in, just said brush,
Just, I want a brush.
got asked specifically paintbrush, the brush that's for painting,
Yeah.
went with a sweeping brush, then at checkout goes, hang on a minute, this is a sweeping brush, not a paintbrush.
I don't think
I
that
would've
person
killed-
wanted a brush. I think that
I don't
person just
think-
wanted to hurt you. I think that person
They
was-
wanted to, yeah, they just wanted to interact with other humans.
What? What?
Weird.
What a weird
Idiot.
person. Yes, what a weird... Oh, that's good. What a weird idiot. Some kind of weird idiot, you see. Anyways, people might just be that stupid. KTB, there is such a difference between paintbrush and sweeping brush.
There
I
really
think
is.
you should be legally allowed to strangle someone for that. I mean,
Yeah.
I've proposed the legislation to Congress, but they're cowards. And also, I don't live.
But also,
in
they're
America.
like, yeah,
You're a British citizen.
we can't really do anything about that. You know, that's sort of,
It's not really our remit, if I'm honest.
yeah. If you make like a change.org petition. You know, we can ignore that if you want.
Yeah. I can ignore that if you'd like. Oh, thanks.
Even better, Guy's boss came in and said he'd really upset Brush Guy. He asked, what
Really
did he
upset Brush Guy.
He asked, what did he need? A paintbrush. Why didn't he get one then? Fucking hell. What is up with people?
You don't need. Just talk about it now. Go. Meals. Stella is attacking a gay worm. Happy Pride, everyone. I hope Stella is a cat, and I hope this gay worm is a plushie, because otherwise, what you've just told me is a harrowing tale.
A terrible
Sam,
crime that's been
would you love me if I turned into a gay worm?
A gay worm? No.
Yeah. Well done. Good stuff. Lovely. Lovely form. Gay worm, you say?
Gay worm? No.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. No, not if you were regular. Sorry. Did that sound? Oh, sorry. I sorry. I'm not very good at expressing myself. I wouldn't love you if you were a worm, regardless. But
A worm at all? Yeah. I just emphasize weird words in a sentence for no reason.
I haven't killed her. You know?
I haven't killed her.
Yeah. Everything except because like I haven't killed her. Sounds bad. I haven't killed her. Sounds bad. I haven't killed her.
Killed.
Also, I haven't killed her. Like
Killed.
everything other than a flat. You just have to say it flat. This is a public service announcement when you're denying the murder of someone. All flat throughout that sentence, because any emphasis, it raises questions.
It really does.
I haven't killed her. Someone I know has. That's a good example sentence of like every time you emphasize a different word.
Completely changes the meaning.
That's
Emphasis in English is so funny, says Karen. Yeah, it really is. It's so important to English where you emphasize.
And then we like try and learn Japanese, and it's like, oh, it's so difficult because it's all about like, you know, the tone of your voice and the emphasis changes the meanings of words, like in the language you already speak. Like you're already. I suppose, is it just more formal in Japanese?
Well,
like the emphasis makes it officially different as opposed to in English, where it's like the emphasis makes it kind of
Well, officially,
different.
like in text, Japanese doesn't have tones, but it does have a rising and falling inflection that changes the meaning of some words.
Yeah.
Whereas
suppose it
in
doesn't
like
change-
Mandarin and Cantonese, it's specific. There are like 3 specific tones that you have to hit in order to get meaning across. Yeah. Danny says, reminds me of the woman who wanted and specifically requested a specific shade of dye, and then when it was done went, that's not brown, I wanted brown. Like no one had specifically requested red. Brought a photo of a tube and everything, she left in tears. But
That sounds like somebody I used to work for. They were just like, they would turn up, they would request something specific, I would discuss it with them, they'd say, yeah, exactly that. I would say things like, are you sure? Because I'm worried that this or that would happen. They're like, no, absolutely this. I'd do exactly what they asked. It would be wrong in the way that I explained, and then they would basically be like, everything's ruined, you've ruined everything, I hate you, and then start crying, and you're like, I don't really know what to do with this or you, other than put you in a bin.
I gave you all the clues, Mr. Policeman.
Is that from The Snowman, the Joe Nesbo book / film?
Yeah.
I've never seen it, and yet I gave you all the clues, Mr. Policeman. It's really...
It's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
The only interaction I've had with that piece of media is the Folding Ideas video about how bad the editing is in that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because and it wasn't really the editor's fault necessarily, because they'd undershot like 30. There was like 30% of the film they couldn't shoot.
They're just basically like, we've stopped now. There's no more money. Either release what
there's
you've
no
got
more money.
or don't do anything.
Yeah, so fit it together as best you can, and so the editor was left with the completely impossible task of constructing a story. And if you don't film, the video points out, like, if you don't film a bunch of what you're supposed to have filmed, it's not just the stuff you didn't film that has to get cut. it's
also
also
stuff that
anything
now no
that
longer
connected
works.
to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's just not there. It's just not there
there's
anymore.
just simply isn't the footage to complete it. So yeah, it was a total nightmare.
Well, thank you very Liros
Messages.
for that picture. Speaking of little men who surrendered his balls to be an inside boy, Olive has warmed up to his new apartment because there was a bird feeder outside the window and he loves cat TV. And also, Meal's homophobic cat. Wow. Wow. That is an upsetting image. Right, I reported on the wrong story and now 5 mobsters are here.
At least it's only 5 this time.
Sonar and Penguins, I missed your cat earlier. Sorry. Hang on.
Mr. Cat.
Where? I'm scrolling up, but I see no links.
Donde está el gato?
Let me click on your name and go into the thing, messages. When you say earlier, do you mean over an hour earlier? Because there is a cat in the lap picture, which I did miss. But was it the one from over an hour ago that you were referring to specifically? 71 Penguins.
Oh, sorry, we missed it.
There we go. Oh, yeah, 71 Penguins like way earlier. Lavender Tea, which I don't know what the conversation is, but you reminded me that my most controversial option is that Chinese quote-unquote dialects, now we're going to pause here, where's it going to go? Should be banned? Let's find out. Are not dialects. Oh, okay. Even though the speakers consider them dialects, and this is the one time I don't think speakers get to define their own language. Well, Lavender Tea, which it sounds like you're out on a real limb here, because I don't really understand the premise of what you're saying.
No. Unfortunately, we don't have the necessary knowledge to possibly understand your argument, I'm afraid.
Maybe. I don't know. Could be. Not sure. Not sure what you mean. Mobsters evicted. Do, 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 do. The paper is a bit thin on the ground this week. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Did you beef it?
A lot of the stories were crime.
Sure.
There's a lot of
You're not
crime
allowed to talk
stories,
about
and I'm not allowed to talk about crime. But I've got 3 crime adverts, each worth $1,000 each, and that's before I put the multipliers in, Sam. That's before I put the multipliers in.
Even before wait, is this before or after multipliers?
It's before multipliers.
What?
So just
That's
buckle
insane.
up.
Buckle up for malts.
Buckle up for malts if you wouldn't mind. Right. Okay. Why is it not letting me scroll? There we go. Okay. 10 influence points. That's good. And then if I get that one, go back the other way. Okay. Now to just I just punched the microphone. Hope everyone enjoyed that. What about if I was to put that there? And just a whole page of seltzers you can't refuse. Seltzers because we care. Seltzers, drink and be happy.
KB says hire an illustrator.
I am working on it. I have to generate influence points to get the equipment to hire an illustrator. I don't have the illustrator's desk. I don't have it.
Didn't you go out with somebody called Cuses?
Well, my ex.
Your ex Cuses?
Please
Didn't- Generally, yes. Generally,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
I could carry if I carried a little bit more of that confidence over to other areas of my life. It would probably be a good idea. But
So what's happened here is I've only got enough stories to do two pages. No, 3 pages. Oh, it's because I had a light news week and built a new printer. So
sure.
I haven't caught up yet. So that explains why I've got these extra gaps.
Well, I care about freedom of the press, unlike some people. If I was in charge, we'd have freedom of the press.
I'd tell the press what to print freely. Is that what that means?
Yes.
Did I get it
well,
right?
just then they'd be so free to print exactly what I told them to, right?
Guess what I didn't check, Sam? I didn't check that I hadn't had
They're
an
not. It
accidentally
needs a
printed any
fucking
crime.
illustrator. Oh. Lambda
did
2, which
check.
says it's already super difficult to. Did you already read this? It's already super difficult to define a language versus a dialect, and I think everyone else can figure themselves out. But Cantonese is a language. You can't trick me. I know what a language is.
You can't trick me, Cantonese. Oh, loving the gallery wall.
That's very cute. It does look like the wall is made of like canvas.
Yes, because of the sort of the stone effect almost.
Yeah.
I'm a bit more left wing next week. I just get $2,500. Is that how it works?
Yeah. Everyone who's left. No one's actually left wing. They're just paid.
I've been left wing for ages, and they just keep. Am I just not telling the right people? What's going on?
Yeah. You gotta go to the secret left wing society, who controls everything, and that's how you get money from them for saying anything that like
Thinks
you know
this is
treated,
why
people should be treated with dignity or.
I should read the info packs I'm given. Like when I was first left wing, I got an info pack and I just didn't open it and read it, and
you
I'm
should
really
open
feeling bad from that.
What I think is the most congruent, sustainable belief. I saw a tweet about this the other day. Is that both of these two things are true and definitely true at the same time.
Yeah.
Is that if you meet people's basic human needs, such as healthcare, food and water, shelter, and everything,
Big wank every now and
they
again.
won't work. They'll never work again.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
And also, billionaires are hard workers. People who have all of the resources, more
They
money
never
than you
need
can
to work
spend
again. Yeah.
in 10 lifetimes.
Mm.
They're hard-working people.
And they will continue to work hard, irrelevant of
Yeah.
those needs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think both of those things are absolutely true at the same time, and I think
definitely
there's no
both
reason
of
for
those things. Yeah, they're true,
It's nice. It's just nice. It's just nice to know where everyone stands.
isn't it? I think it's good.
I can afford an illustrator.
Oh my god.
It's happening.
Fucking finally.
It's happening, guys.
Danny says, the secret left-wing society pays my bills and all I have to do is attend a protest once in a while. Exactly.
Easy.
No one actually cares about anyone. No one, like, actually cares about human beings.
Oh god, I don't. Oh, I
Just
couldn't
do
care
it. We just do it so that a pretty lady might think that we're cool.
What do you think I'm cool, Sam? Oh god.
Even though she obviously doesn't think that human beings deserve respect.
Is this a specific pretty lady you're thinking about, or what's going on?
No, it's just hypothetical.
Is that
lady,
how you think pretty-
but-
Oh, I'm not sure. Oh! Extra telegraphing station. Yes, absolutely. I should buy that. Oh, I get 2 more. Oh, this is great. I can get an
KK
editor
says-
that removes all pre-production negative tags for text items. Go on.
KP says, I have the sewing bug, so I'm starting another dress. The new challenge for me is I'm going to flatline it. Wish me luck.
What does that mean?
You're going to stop your heart while you do it, because you shouldn't do that.
No, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. We've hit 2.5 hours, and I've just realised I should probably do some chores before Amy gets home and goes, what did you do all day? And I'm like, oh, play the newspaper game. So I'm just going to Mayor stories or print some photographs. Well, I'd do that anyway. Lovely. Save. Save it here. I remember now. Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining, everyone. Tim, you didn't do your chores. Not yet. I just know what they are. I'll get them done. Don't you worry.
You did a couple of Tim chores.
Yeah, emptied the flower pot. Thought about cleaning up a balcony. You know, chores. Right, so we'll see you all tomorrow for the actual Sunday stream. Not this fake pale embarrassment where I believe we'll be playing more Dead Island 2 because I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
That's good stuff.
And thank you, Sam, for joining. Thank you all. Thank you for those that followed. Omicron and Gothnicity from Robotron's raid stuck around, I think. See you all tomorrow. Oh, let's see if I can raid someone, Sam. Let's pass it on.
If Robotron's streaming again, we can raid back and just
go back and forwards and back and forwards.
Back and forth.
There's nobody that I follow.
Anyone got any good suggestions of
any suggestions
decent
people that
decent folk?
Decent folk. Anybody you guys follow?
Anyone who's being paid by the left-wing
Anybody who's being
society?
paid by them left-wing secret influencers.
Yeah.
And can they hook me up? Maritime Mammal Rescue is live. Okay, there we are. All right, well, that's what's happening. Maritime.
Marine mammal rescue.
Oh, shut up.
I mean, it might be maritime. I guess it's at sea or sea adjacent.
It's marine. It's marine.
That would make sense.
Oh, there's a little otter. You'll love this, everyone. You'll love it. Meals, this is one of the 2 channels I watch. Oh, lovely stuff. Right. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Love you. Bye.